Alrighty. Enough football talk. That's another
That's going to
show.
be hard. It's
That's
going to be
another
hard.
show. That's another show.
Can't wait for that show.
Yeah. Where'd that show go? That's crazy, right?
I
All right,
don't
what's
know.
up? What's up, everybody? We're back live again for episode 7, the Nerdy as Hell podcast. As always, I still somehow continue to be your host, Matt. No one's taken it away from me yet, and I'm still here with all of my same friends who are just too. They just won't leave. I've got Cheyenne in the bottom right, I've got Jake in the bottom left, and I got Chris in the top left.
Hello.
And today, we're talking many different things Spider-Man. Almost everything that we'll be talking about today will be Spider-Man related. And we also will be having the return of one of our favorite segments at the end of the show. Let's get nerdy. All right, what's up, guys?
What is up?
What is up?
How's everybody?
So I did something super
Go
cool
for
this week. Have to
Okay.
say,
Okay.
I ordered a new laptop. It's a gaming laptop, the HP
Finally.
Omen. I'm really excited for it to come in. It's not going to come in until the first week of November, so which is not that far away if you think about it. But
Yeah, but it is really annoying to wait that long.
yeah, but you know, I got to build it. I give them time.
Yeah.
Can't wait for you to join us in PC
Yeah.
gaming.
Cheyenne has joined the master race.
What did that run you, by chance? Now I'm curious.
It was about well, you know that the laptops are more expensive because you can't like upgrade them or anything, but I valued the portability over the the upgradability, but it was about $1,200 for my setup.
That's not bad.
And I
mean,
get a discount through my
fact-
employer, so
Awesome.
Factor in, you don't have to buy a monitor with that either, or anything. You don't
no,
have
yeah,
to.
yeah,
You can,
everything. I don't have
but
a
you don't have to.
keyboard or
You don't have to buy a
Uh,
mechanical keyboard and a fucking giant
and a
ass
mouse
display.
and a yeah.
That's a
I
good
would
point.
recommend buying a mouse.
You'll want a mouse.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want a
I have-
trackpad on like Left 4 Dead.
No,
Oh yeah, I do have a mouse already.
Well, there you
that
go.
would be
See,
called a pro gamer move if you could.
yeah.
Wonder if I
pro
should
gamer.
get like a pro mouse and not a
Yeah, I would recommend getting some like either like a Corsair mouse or like a Razer or something. But
Like
yeah,
this one.
okay.
yeah, it'll be worth it.
Razer.
It'll be worth it in the long run.
Yeah. So anyway, I was really excited about that. My first gaming PC setup. I'm excited.
Congratulations, Cheyenne.
Thank you. It's red and black. I don't know if you guys remember from playing GTA with me, but
Yeah,
everything
all your
was
stuff
red
was
and
red
black.
and black. Yep.
It was.
Hopefully, I'll be able to
Black.
join that soon.
Yeah.
We would love
Have-
that for you.
Oh man, I'd love
The base
actually
model?
being able to play things.
That'd be
with
amazing.
people.
The base model for the Omen was only $9.99. So
That's not bad.
I know. And so what all I did was I added I wanted the RTX 2060 instead of the 1660 Ti graphics card.
Uh-huh.
And that's what raised the price for me.
Yeah, I have
Like
a-
your
I have a
funny
2070,
words,
by
Magic
the way.
Man.
I have a 2070 by the way, so it's not even that much lower than mine. So
You're
Yeah.
gonna be able to do some good shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I was talking to one of my other friends, and he's really big into building PCs. He's built several of them, and he was saying that the 3000s are about to release for
Yeah,
laptops.
yeah. Oh, for the laptops
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
But you don't want one of those. If you like a 3080, that's literally more than your laptop combined.
Yeah, nah, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
But that's why I went with the 2060 instead of the 1660, because if I had gotten the 1660, then I'd have been 2 generations behind.
Yes.
So I thought it'd be a little bit more worth it to get the
It's-
higher
Absolutely.
graphics
It's
card and
almost
the
always worth it.
i7
Almost
and the
always worth
i7
it.
Intel core,
Yes.
because the base one comes with i5. Intel
Ooh,
Core.
yeah, you want the 7. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
you
that's
know-
yeah.
All in that.
It's always more worth it to spend more money on a PC than go cheap, because then you'll regret it and end up spending more money in the long run if you go cheap.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
So yeah, I feel pretty good about that purchase, and that's my story for this week.
Makes
Well,
me happy.
congrats.
Makes me
Good
happy
one.
on the inside, all warm and fuzzy. It's
Oh,
like I
I
just
got-
had a Christmas present. Oh, go ahead.
I got a few stories actually. One not too long. I just finished voting for the
Thank
state
you,
of
Jake.
Arizona today.
Yes, everyone
Thank you.
listening, go fucking vote. God damn it.
Thanks for doing your
Yes.
civic duty.
Thank you, Jake.
I did my duty today, and I really feel good about that.
Good.
Second story, a little bit longer. So this weekend, my younger brother Daniel came over to hang out at the house, and we were messing around. And I have, Matt, as you know, I have a pair of katanas, like dulled down dummy katana blades from Japan. So me and my brother were messing around with them.
You stabbed him, didn't you?
He stabbed me
Oh wow. Matt,
In
you
the
know where you're
hand.
going. Props to you on that.
Imagine that.
Well-
Metal still hurts.
Well, the thing was, like, the way Daniel explained is like, Jake, you're not Iron Man. Because he's like, all you did was put your hand up like that. And I was like, I guess that's fair. So yeah, I got stabbed in the hand with a katana this weekend. So that was cool.
Man, you're
and then
basically a samurai now.
Ghost of Tsushima, I lived it.
Oh, dude, you should live it. You should actually live it and play it. But just saying.
Maybe. Third story, much more traumatic, a lot longer.
More traumatic.
Uh-oh.
So this Monday,
Oh yeah.
I was at work, and my wife worked too. So Miles was with Grandma and Grandpa this weekend, and I was probably about 8 hours into a 12-hour shift. And I'm working, doing my thing, and I feel my phone ring. And I'm like, it's probably some telemarketer or something like that, whatever. 2 seconds after it stops ringing, it starts ringing again. And I'm like, that's a little
That's
weird.
not a good sign.
That's a little weird. I'll let it go. We'll see what happens. I let it ring all the way through again. Then 2 seconds later, it starts ringing a third time. So I'm like, oh shit, I better go check this out. So, I run to the break room because we can't have our phones out on the floor when we're working. So I run to the break room and pull out my phone. And I see a text message from my mom say, call me, it's important. So I call, and Daniel answers the phone. And I'm like, what's going on? What's the matter? And he goes, Jake, Miles is unconscious. And my whole world just went, everything slowed down. The world went silent. And so I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, she fell and hit her head. And then I hear my dad go like this, like rip the phone out of his hands. He's like, she's not unconscious. She passed out. I'm like, okay, but what the fuck happened? And so he's like, well, she was walking on the tile and she tripped over herself and just fell right here and face first on the tile hard.
Ooh.
Baby.
So, I'm in a dead panic, like, okay, I'm going to leave. Bye. And I hang up and I run out of work. I'm still wearing my gloves. I have all my shit on me and I just run out the fucking door. Normally, like the people at the front lobby are like, leave your stuff. I was like, no, I don't have time. Goodbye. Now, on average, when I leave work, because where I work and where my parents live are on complete opposite sides of town, it takes me probably about 45, 50 minutes to get there. I got there in 25 minutes.
Wow.
How did you not get pulled over?
I don't know, and I don't care.
There just wasn't a cop in his path.
It's Arizona.
Yeah. Both of you are right, because it is Arizona and there's cops every 5 feet. But yeah, I was going 95 the entire
They're
way.
all at the border, bro.
But anyways, I get there, and as I'm getting there, the paramedics are leaving because my mom was
Oh my God.
understandably.
Called the.
My mom
Called
did
911?
because she was out for like 10 to 15 seconds.
Oh.
So my mom understandably called
Oh
911.
my God.
I probably
So-
would have too.
I mean, that's why I'm like, yeah,
I guarantee
that's-
that hyped you up immediately though when you showed up. You see that
Oh yeah,
and
he
you're
was
like,
so hyped.
oh,
You're so
shit.
fucking badass. Oh, you got
No,
up
I
from that
understand
shit.
what what you're saying, Chris. I understand it. But so I go in there and she's up, she's fine. She's just kind of like, a little dazed. So from what I heard and what I understand now, after it being like a week since it actually happened, literally a week,
Hmm.
she fell, but she started crying. And you know how sometimes when like babies or toddlers cry, they let out that long, soundless scream.
Or they're not
what
breathing.
She
happened,
forced
Yes.
herself to faint.
I think that's exactly what happened. She forced herself to
Mm.
pass out due to a lack of oxygen. And so, she woke up and she was pretty beat up. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the next 2 days she was pretty beat up all around the side of her face. But she was all right. I mean, after that, like literally the next day, she was fine. Just looked like Rocky punched her straight in the face.
God damn.
Poor
But that
baby.
was super eventful, super terrifying. 10 out of 10, do not recommend.
What happened to your work? Like, did
Oh,
they understand?
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I got written
They
up
better.
a couple weeks ago for calling out of work and stuff. And they're like, you better not mess up again. And the next morning when I went up to work, I said, look, I left because my daughter was unconscious. And they were like, okay, you're fine. I'm like, yeah, you're damn straight I'm fine.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it was, oh man, that was not, I have yet to, up until that point, I had yet to feel that feeling of parental adrenaline that I have heard so many stories about. And it's real. It is very real.
Mm.
I can understand those stories where they're like, yeah, this mom, her kid was
Picked
stuck
up the
under a
car.
car and she lifted up the car. Like, I fucking believe it. I left tire imprints in the parking lot at work as I peeled out of there.
Oh my God.
I came back the next day. I was like, oh, that's where I left.
God.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that was fun. Definitely don't want to ever do that again.
Oh, it'll probably happen again. I don't know about passed out, but Jesus.
That's
Yeah, that was-
crazy.
Anybody else
It's not
have
fun.
anything crazy happen this week? Anybody want to follow that awesome story? No,
Sorry, I should have went last.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You did go last.
I guess
Yeah.
if you want to put it that way.
So I guess we'll stay on the subject of Miles, and we're gonna move on to a something interesting. Now, this isn't breaking news or anything crazy. This, I think, came out about 2 weeks ago or so. So in the new Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, that's coming out on when the PS5 releases, there is going to be a remastered version of the PS4 Marvel Spider-Man, and for a reason that's almost inexplicable to me, they redesigned Peter's face.
I know, for those of you who watch Scott the Woz, it looks exactly like Scott the Woz.
I don't know who that is, so I don't get that.
I sent you that picture. That picture I sent you of him.
Oh, okay.
That's Scott the Woz. They look exactly the same, don't they?
He just looked like, to me, honestly,
They
I don't really
whitewashed
care. I'm
the
gonna
white
play it
character.
again anyway. But he looks.
You can't whitewash a white character.
They
Oh my
did
God.
though.
That is not what I meant by that, by the way. I didn't even read that part. I didn't even read that from that tweet, so ignore that,
Well,
please.
you can't anyway. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have clarified. All I wanted to do was to send the picture to you. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to talk about that shit. So
I mean-
for,
Okay.
for context,
Okay.
I accidentally I just saw a tweet where someone was like complaining that they were whitewashing a white character by changing his face and making him more vanilla looking.
So
Which
from what I
was not
understood,
at
though, they
all.
were making him look more like that voice actor.
I don't remember. I don't know what Yuri Lowenthal looks like off the top of my head. Which, by the way, he's voiced so many different things. He's also the voice of Sasuke in Naruto's English
Oh
dub.
shit! I didn't. Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
But, Yeah, that was not what I wanted you to get out of that tweet that I sent to the group text. So
I really
apologize for
thought that was what
I
you were
didn't
getting.
even read it. I was like, oh, that's a good example of comparing both pictures, and then I sent that.
I'm the one who brought it up. You didn't even mention
read
it.
I didn't even read it. But yeah.
Anyway.
So, yeah, I was fine with how he looked originally.
Me too.
I thought he looked unique. I thought he had. I mean, I don't know.
It was supposed to be older Peter Parker. They
Exactly.
made him look younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to
did
be
make
like
him look-
mid-20s instead of like 16 or 17
Yeah.
or whatever. But now he looks
Well,
like
yeah.
he's 16, even though he's like 26.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
I do have to say I like the original one better.
So
I like
do
the
I.
original one better too. If they had changed his hair to what his hair looks like now, his hair looks more modern in that. Like his hair before looked like it slicked back like 2000 or like 1998, like 25-year-old guy. But it's whatever. No one wears their hair like that in real life now, but it's fine. It's mask hair, you know. It's all
Mm-hmm.
pulled back and shit.
Look back.
Yeah, it's mask hair. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, what do you got? How do you guys feel about them just completely changing his face?
I don't understand why. Like you had a perfectly good asset,
Mm-hmm.
that build that you already had for Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to go back and change it around? But
I agree. And the only thing that I read as to why they did it, besides maybe making it look more like the voice actor, was better like speech, I guess, while the voice actor's talking. Then the speech capture is supposedly supposed to be better, but they didn't have to change his whole. I don't know.
I thought it was fine. I thought that game had some of the best facial animations that I've seen.
me
Well,
too.
that's just what I
Unfortunately,
read.
Chris doesn't really have a lot to bring to this conversation because he's the only one out of us three that hasn't played Marvel Spider-Man.
Yeah.
who they really should have changed. Oh, excuse me.
Someone naked is walking behind Jake right now.
Yeah.
This is why
They-
you audio
sorry.
listeners should really tune in
Yeah.
to the
yeah.
They,
to the
You almost caught a
to
glimpse.
the live.
Almost caught a
They
glimpse.
really should have changed was Mary Jane.
I
She's
thought
the
she
most
looked fine
plastic.
too.
No, she looked the most
Yeah.
plastic out of everybody.
Hey, what the money? Look, that's between her and her surgeon. Okay, we don't need to talk about that. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a little thing that I probably in like 20 years won't remember them doing, and,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then I'll be like, oh, that's right, they did change his face. I'll wait till I play the game, but I mean, like to me,
As long as
I
it
thought
doesn't change. I'm assuming
thought
it
he
didn't
looked
change
fine.
any gameplay. So
yeah.
it,
I thought
it
he was
doesn't bother me.
fine. I can't say like I was like, I really like Peter Parker's face in this game. I don't think I ever thought that. I was just like, okay, looks cool. Looks, he's not.
And
ugly.
it looked good.
He's not hideous looking, or it's not like
As long as it
it's
doesn't
not-
distract from the
Yeah.
gameplay itself.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like they like graft Willem Dafoe's face on him or something.
That would be great. That would be awesome.
There is a mod. I did see a mod where someone made like they put Tobey Maguire's face on him and then Kirsten Dunst's face on Mary Jane and fucking what's his face's face Willem Dafoe's face on Norman Osborn. And that looked, I mean, come on, that's nostalgic as fuck.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
I did
2
like
was-
that they brought in the Sam Raimi suit.
Hell yeah.
That was my favorite part. That was my favorite little thing they threw in there was a Sam Raimi suit because
And everybody was screaming at Insomniac like, fucking do it, you bastards.
it was nice. I mean, it's a clean suit.
It is. It's classic, man. It's classic.
Mhm.
But yeah, so now also talking about Marvel Spider-Man. Cheyenne wanted and reminded me about this. This week we saw some Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales gameplay, and they showed a new suit where he has a spider cat with him, where he wears a backpack and has a cat in it, and the cat helps him whoop people's asses.
Yeah.
And he has a Spider-Man mask on too.
Yes, it's so awesome.
Well, the cat's name is Spider-Man.
It's so funny. It's
And
so awesome. I love
And
it.
the owner, my favorite part was the owner of Spider-Man the cat. He calls Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
I loved
If you
it.
guys haven't seen the gameplay of this suit, Please go check it out. It's so
Oh
funny.
gosh, you
It's
you
so
have to
awesome.
see it because it's amazing.
It is. It is. Would you say it's amazing Spider-Man gameplay?
Ooh, I would.
Sorry,
I would.
that was terrible.
Did you figure out if you have to have the deluxe edition to get the spider?
I'm pretty sure you do.
Cap?
That's what I've read. No, I don't think. No, I think you just have to unlock it. But I think you
Okay.
need the deluxe edition. Daniel, shut up. I think you need the deluxe edition to get the remaster of Spider-Man from PS4. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I'm okay with the standard version.
I just
From
need
what
to
I've
know how
heard.
to get. I just need to know how to get Spider Cat. That's all.
No,
I
I'm
need.
pretty sure he's just a
Suit.
playable suit or unlockable suit. Yeah, I spent
Cool.
way too much time unlocking every possible suit in Marvel Spider-Man 4.
I still
Spider-Man
haven't done that.
PlayStation 4,
It's so nice to do.
and they
That
all look
was the
so
thing.
good.
That was the thing with that game, is that all the collectibles for the suits, it wasn't like a grind. It was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's hard to make anything in Spider-Man a grind because it's so goddamn
Yeah.
fun. Like
Oh,
we're gonna
is,
get into
though.
the second half of this. We're gonna just get into how amazing Spider-Man is and how basically everything that Spider-Man's ever in is good. Almost
Years
everything.
I can't think of a bad example. I
Yeah.
even liked playing Spider-Man on the PlayStation 2, and I felt like
Hell
when
yes.
that came out, that
Dude,
was smooth.
Spider-Man 2, the game. Oh,
Yes.
we're gonna
Yes,
talk
too.
about it though. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it in a little bit. But
I
all right.
still have it.
Yeah,
I do too.
That's that game. Sorry, Chris. I don't know if you have anything to add.
Oh,
I
I'm sorry,
don't.
Chris.
I've
Oh.
never played it.
Oh, oh
I've
man.
never
You
played.
gotta come over.
A Spider-Man
You gotta
game.
come over.
Never even played a Spider-Man game?
Ever,
No.
Oh my
Ever.
god.
Christopher?
Ever.
Ever?
No, never, ever, never.
Not even the old like N64 PS1 one.
That's the,
No,
oh,
nothing.
great game.
Oh my
Chris.
Zero
God.
experience, and it's not for lack of interest. I just hadn't had the.
He
It
all right.
didn't
To
have
be
the
fair,
chance.
if he had access to his PS4, I guarantee he would have played Marvel Spider-Man at
My
some
PS4
point.
is locked by the evil bastard that is Sony.
Yeah, it's basically been bricked, so
Oh,
it's
So
unfortunate.
I have to pay
'cause
their
I would
$60
bring it to
ransom.
you.
He'll have to wait till he gets a PlayStation 5 to be able to play it.
I would bring the disc to you.
He can't.
I literally cannot
He can't
play-
log into his account.
at all.
Like you
Make a new
can't
account.
you make a new one.
He'd have to make a
I'd
new
have to
one,
make a
yeah,
new one.
and then
Yeah, I'd
lose
have
all
to
his
make a
digital
brand new
games and everything.
And all the
Oh,
progress I have and all the
no.
games I have, all that gone.
That's why you buy physical.
Again,
Yeah.
again
High five,
though,
Dick.
Locked
again,
out.
he's
I'm
locked
still
out.
locked
No, I'm saying he wouldn't lose any games.
But he'd lose all of his achievements.
Well, I mean, who cares about that?
I was
I'll
gonna
lose my.
say, eh,
I do. lose my
Trophies are
digital-
knockoff anyway.
He's right about
They're
that.
knockoffs.
digital games. I mean,
He
yeah,
would just have to
physical.
make a new account,
Yeah, that's all he'd have to do.
or he could just pay the ransom. It's okay. All right. So
I
speaking
can't
of
believe
still
there's a
speaking of
ransom.
Spider-Man, I'm gonna just keep hammering the Spider-Man segue because every single topic is gonna be Spider-Man. Talking about Spider-Man, let's move on to the next Spider-Man topic from Spider-Man, the previous Spider-Man topic.
All right.
We've got we're gonna talk about something that came out this week about the next Marvel Spider-Man movie in the MCU. So one of these was confirmed. Others are
still speculated.
Speculated upon, yes. But it was confirmed that Benedict Cumberbatch will be joining Marvel's Spider-Man 3 to reprise his role as Doctor Strange.
Woo!
Awesome.
What, Jake?
Wasn't it also confirmed that Jamie Foxx will be returning as Electro?
I
Ooh.
believe so.
That's cool.
I saw that, but I think that has to do with the second part of this. The second part of this that's really cool. That I think a lot of people are really reading into with
And hoping
for Doctor Strange joining Spider-Man 3 is that there has been a report this week that Tobey Mcguire and Andrew Garfield have signed on to reprise their roles as Spider-Man as well. in this
Yeah.
game. You guys can celebrate. You don't have to be quiet about it. You're just like,
It's
That's cool.
so cool. It is so damn
I
cool.
do want to
excited.
shout out real fast though. They stole this idea straight up from the next Batman movie. Sorry.
Why?
Why?
Or
Because
how,
they've
I
already
guess.
because Michael Keaton is already coming back, and so is Ben Affleck for the next Batman movie.
Oh, that's okay.
Or sorry, not
I'm
for the
okay
Batman
with it.
movie, for the Flash movie, for Flashpoint.
Oh, okay. I was like, how are they gonna have
Sorry.
Robert Pattinson and Michael Keaton?
No,
and
it's
all
for
that?
the Flash movie. I'm sorry, not the Batman movie. But anyway, we're still talking about Spider-Man. I just wanted to for the record, DC had this idea first. That's all I want to say. I know that what's going to happen is the Marvel's Spider-Man is going to do it first somehow. They're going to somehow this movie's going to come out before the Flashpoint movie, and
course it is.
and then when the Flash movie, shut the hell up. When the Flash movie comes out, everyone's gonna be like, "Fucking DC can't even get their own fucking idea. They suck. They fucking suck." Everyone's
Marvel might do
so
it
that's
better
all.
though.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, you
100% they
damn
will.
right, Chris. You
100%
damn
they
right.
will. Why can't
They
you
do
just
everything
enjoy
better.
DC, Cheyenne? Why you gotta shit on it? Okay.
Why you gotta shit on Marvel?
I'm not
Because
shitting
they're
on Marvel. I'm just
You're
Because-
setting the record straight.
DC
It has
is-
nothing to do with Marvel. It has everything to do with the Marvel fans and the DC haters. That's all.
the issue is that DC live action movies suck,
Yes.
but their animated movies are fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you got to flip it away from Marvel. You got to flip it
unfortunately.
around.
Yeah, it's true.
Interesting. Good
Anyway.
point, Jake.
Anyway, so how fucking excited are we about
Oh God.
the potential
yeah.
that Tobey Mcguire and Andrew Garfield may be reprising their role in a live action Spider-Verse movie, which also I heard this week is also set to debut Miles Morales in the MCU as well.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, I'm so glad I named my
Oh.
daughter Miles. She's gonna have so many great role models to look at, and so many great yeah, that's me, and stuff to cling on to as a kid, and it makes me so happy.
So yeah,
Pizza time.
what'd you say?
Pizza time.
That's what I thought she said. I was. Oh my god!
And then-
I fucking hope that he's just old ass Tobey Maguire and he's still delivering fucking pizza. Please, please.
That'd be hilarious.
Riding his fucking moped like a derpy ass idiot, trying to deliver fucking pizza.
He's got to redo the dance though.
Oh god, no. I'm sure we'll get into that later, but yeah. So how awesome is that?
So
It's gonna be great. I saw a tweet, or I saw that the article, the reported stuff about them joining, and one of the first comments was, "This is what's gonna turn around the last year. When we go back to the theater and watch this movie, this is gonna be the start of a new."
It probably won't come out for 2 more years.
I know,
That probably,
Which is-
if we're lucky, will be summer 2022.
I know. But if next year's as much as a shit show as this year,
They did just start filming, I believe, is what I heard.
Isn't-
They're filming
isn't
this coming week in
2022
Queens.
isn't 2022 when the second Into the Spider-Verse movie is supposed to
Yes.
come out?
Yeah, I believe so.
Ooh.
Either that or it's at the
That
end of
would-
next year.
That would be the perfect tie-in for both of them to cross over.
It sounds like 2022 is the year of the Spider-Man, is what it's.
Oh yeah.
We've had like 50 Spider-Man movies, and now it's the year
More!
of Spider-Man.
And then
More Spider-Man movie.
2022 is when the next Marvel Spider-Man game will come out. I'm calling it right now.
Oh yeah, no,
You think
yeah,
so?
it'll be. Well, no, it'll probably be next fall.
It's only been 2 years.
I
Is
mean,
that
they got
enough time?
Miles Morales Spider-Man this year, and then they'll have it next year, so it'll be 3 years.
You don't think they'd build an entirely new engine on a new hardware?
They don't have to. I feel like the
I
new one
guess.
is probably just a proof of. I mean, how much bigger can they make the map? It's still fucking New York.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Update their graphics systems and all the
Well, I
stuff
mean-
that
They can. They got more than enough time.
I guess. I mean, they have a solid foundation to build off of, so I guess you're right.
Yeah.
They can improve it at least.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're putting out this Miles Morales Spider-Man game, to kind of dip their toes in the new hardware, perfect everything, and then take everything they learned from this game and perfect it on the Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Hey, it's been confirmed that it's getting released for PS4 as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Good,
Yeah,
because-
back from when we were talking about upcoming games, I believe I said no, and no, it is coming out for PS4.
Yeah,
Okay,
but that
good.
was before they announced that it was when you mentioned.
Yeah, it was still speculation that it was
Okay.
going to
Yeah.
be released for PS4
All
at
right.
that point.
It was just gonna be a PS5 exclusive, and then they switched it and said that
Thank
they were going to
God.
release it for the PS4.
Because I didn't want to wait a year to play that fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So what does this do for the possibilities coming from this movie? Like, you think we're gonna get like a straight up, basically live action Spider-Verse movie, or do you think it's gonna? I mean, do you think they'll actually introduce Miles Morales as just a character, or introduce him as Miles Morales Spider-Man?
I hope they introduce him as Miles Morales Spider-Man.
I do too.
I really do. He needs time. We've had enough of Peter Parker. Like, I love Peter Parker, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Miles Morales have more time in the spotlight.
Now,
He's such
my
a-
only point is this is still a Peter Parker Spider-Man movie.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
That's all I'm
but
saying.
Introduce him. Bring him
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he's already been hinted at in I'm pretty sure it's Homecoming. Yeah, it's Homecoming. The character that Childish Gambino plays, that
Mhm.
Spider-Man goes interrogates, that is God, I forget his name.
Is he supposed to be his uncle or something, or his cousin?
He's his uncle, and he's oh God, he's the bad guy, or one of the bad guys in Into the Spider-Verse.
Fucking
Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron.
Oh, his uncle that is the
Uncle Aaron.
what is his name? The Predator?
The
or
Prowler.
something? The Prowler.
The Prowler.
Yeah,
Oh,
Childish Gambino. That is the
shit.
Prowler, and he's like, I got a nephew. It's literally what he says. I got a nephew around.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
They've already hinted at that.
That's
Oh.
cool. Oh, shit. I had no idea.
Allie and
I
I
had
have
no
been all
idea.
over it. Yeah. Remember, he's like,
Wow.
Spider-Man goes to interrogate him about
Oh, yeah, he's like, I got a nephew that really looks up to you, or something like that, right?
he's like,
Yeah.
hey, no, because Spider-Man's asking him about those guns. The
he's
space
got a
gun.
nephew that lives in that neighborhood or
Yeah,
something.
he's
is what he
like,
said.
I got a nephew here, and you're gonna take care of this, right? And he's like, I'm gonna try, but that's the first like live action hint towards Miles Morales we've gotten, which is awesome.
Technically,
I'm
it's
so
not a
excited.
confirmed one, but you know.
But no,
No,
I mean,
but
but it is.
Is
but
it?
it
What was
is.
his-
It's
what
Marvel.
was
They
his
don't
name?
do anything.
In
They
the,
don't do
Nothing is
anything.
unintentional in Marvel.
It's that was intentional.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
That's
we
fine.
just got another fumble recovery.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing it. But yeah, no, yeah. So what I think they'll probably end up doing is they'll probably introduce the character, and maybe something will happen to him to turn him into, give him his Spider-Man powers in this movie. But I don't think that he'll get that much screen time in terms of like being Spider-Man, because they want that to be his own movie, I would assume.
There'll be a post-credit
right.
scene.
Probably,
Something like that,
probably yes.
But the introduction is so important so that he
Yes,
can have his
yes.
own movie.
Yes.
And you know what that does is bringing Miles Morales out is he's half black, half Puerto Rican. So you're hitting two major demographics for
absolutely.
a superhero at the exact same time. Not to get all social.
No, I mean,
Leave
well,
it like that, but-
that's important though.
And
I mean,
he's such a unique
representation.
character.
Yeah, yes.
I know. Look at how huge Black Panther was.
Yep.
And
Yes.
Chadwick.
you bring out a
That's what we need
know-
now that Chadwick is gone. We need them to have another, strong ethnic quote unquote character in Marvel's universe, because I mean, who
Yeah.
else is there?
Well, we have Anthony Mackie. He's supposed to be taking up Captain America's shield.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, yes.
We do have that
That
to look
is true,
forward to.
yes. I forgot about him, but again, they haven't said anything about him actually doing that. I don't know.
But Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man though.
Sorry, I think it's really cool for, like you said, Matt, the representation of both the Black community and the Latino community.
Yeah,
as a
for
whole,
sure.
I think it's huge.
Not
Yeah.
that I don't love Anthony Mackie as gonna be, or if he's gonna be Captain America, and hopefully he will. But I just think that Miles Morales is such a unique character
Mhm.
in and of himself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like the Miles Morales character.
Comes at a very good time, I think.
Mhm.
And plus, I want to see. I still want to see. Oh man, dude, I want to see all three Spider-Man on the same screen. Oh,
Oh, yes.
I'll
Okay.
say, I didn't hate Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man at all.
He talked too much. That was my only issue with him.
No, Spider-Man talks though.
He's
He
hilarious.
talked too much.
No,
I don't
he
know.
didn't.
I don't know.
That was my one complaint with him.
I thought he got
He was
absolutely screwed by
hilarious.
Sony in Amazing Spider-Man 2, and like they tried to shoehorn all those fucking villains in. It was awful. That
I mean,
that
it
movie was
happens
shitty.
that happens with every final Spider-Man movie. Look at Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. You had the Sandman,
Yeah, we'll
Venom,
get yeah.
Hobgoblin.
Oh my
Good
god.
God.
Oof. But yeah, let's go ahead and transition into things that maybe Chris can talk about here. Chris, you've
Sorry,
seen
Chris.
the movies
Okay.
at least, right?
Yeah, I've seen every movie.
Okay.
Oh, thank
Okay,
God.
cool.
So at least I know that. I know who you're talking about. I have opinions about the movies.
So yeah,
So-
yeah.
That's
Now,
fair. Cool.
now we're
All right.
gonna go deep dive now for the rest of the episode until the closing segment. So this is what we've got going on. So throughout the years, we've seen Spider-Man in many different forms of media, and I would say pretty much all of them have worked. After we talk about it for quite a while, I'll pose this question now, and then we'll come back to it. And I want to ask, why do we think Spider-Man works in pretty much every form of visual media? And then think about that, and then at the end, right before we do our closing segment, we'll answer that question. Okay?
Okay.
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 So, we're gonna move on here now and talk about some of our favorite and least favorite Spider-Man things. But I want to try to do more of just a free-flowing, open discussion topic for like the next 30 to 40 minutes. I have some bullet points to make sure that we do talk about certain things. I'll start us in an area, and I want to kind of, we can kind of go from topic to topic, but I just want it to be more free flowing and less restricted like our normal stuff, because you can't
bullet
hold
point
Spider-Man
based?
down. Yeah, I've got bullet points, but that's it. If it goes there, it goes there. If we don't get to some of these, I'll steer us that way, but that's about all I'm gonna do.
Okay. Cool. Sounds
So
fun.
yeah, we're gonna go into TV, we're gonna go into games, we're gonna go into movies, and if we can, we'll go into comics. I don't know if it'll steer that way, but I don't have a whole lot of comic book Spider-Man
Neither
reading.
do I.
No one does it. I don't think.
I have two graphic novels, Spider-Man graphic novels, but that's it. So yeah, I wanna go ahead and start with some radioactive spider blood from the 1990s. The Spider-Man cartoon. Did you guys watch this?
I did.
Okay.
Jake, the fucking one that's like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
That one?
Just the 90s Spider-Man.
yeah, the 90s Spider-Man
Yeah,
cartoon.
isn't that the one where
Those are
that meme is
radioactive
from?
spider blood? What?
No, that's from the like 1970s,
Where they're-
1980s cartoon.
Oh, okay.
I
Older.
thought that was an actual show, wasn't it? I don't
It
think
was
that
a
was a
cartoon.
cartoon. It was a cartoon, but there was
It was
also
a
there
serialized cartoon.
was an old live action show also. You guys know that, right?
Man, do you know anything about Japanese Spider-Man?
No, I'm pretty sure there was a real one in the 70s, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't think any of us know anything about that to talk about it. So anyway, yeah. So I loved this Spider-Man cartoon.
So did I.
It was so good, and for a while that was like my quintessential Venom from that show.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that was everything I knew about Spider-Man really until I played some later games and before the Tobey Mcguire Spider-Man movie came out. But did anybody else like? What did you guys think about the show? And obviously, I actually watched it all in its entirety when it was on Netflix about 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I watched. I didn't get to finish it, but I watched most of it, and most of it I remember from being a kid.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I remember. I never went back and watched it as an adult, but I remember growing up and watching it.
The part that always weirded me out about that series was like the man spider.
Oh yes.
That one always freaked me the fuck out. I was like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. Ugh.
not okay. I think I have because there's a block of a few episodes where it's like Daredevil versus Spider-Man.
Yep.
I have that block of episodes on DVD, probably somewhere back there right now.
Yeah, it was a great show. It did a really good job of showcasing a lot of the comic book characters. I mean, you had
the 90s
Venom in it.
cartoons were
You had
good,
Venom,
man.
and then in another season or two later, you had Venom coming back because Carnage was a thing, and basically Venom ended up sacrificing himself and pulling him and Carnage into the Dormammu realm, because Carnage was set free by Dormammu and his little minions.
I had to
And
say,
Dormammu
Carnage
is the
was
villain from
freaking
Doctor
awesome,
Strange
though.
at the very, very end, by the way.
Hey,
Yeah.
Speaking of Carnage, do we know? Have y'all seen all the leaked footage and stuff of Venom 2?
No, I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
really?
I
No,
didn't
dude,
see the
first
leaked
Venom was
footage, but I
trash.
saw the after credits.
Yeah.
No, there's leaked footage. It looks like there's not going to be time travel, but there's definitely going to be like flashback scenarios because what's his name? He's the one of the main guys in Zombieland. It's
Woody
not Michael
Harrelson.
Cera. Woody Harrelson. He's playing Carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they threw him a little fucking, like a carrot top wig, and they were like, here you go. Make sure you say Maximum Carnage at the end so no one's fucking confused.
No, he's like, there's gonna be carnage, and I'm like, oh my god,
Fucking
that's a little too on the
stupid. Yeah,
nose,
it's
but
stupid.
okay.
It was awful.
But anyways, I'm excited for that movie too.
Oh my
I
god.
I liked Venom.
I'll see it. I wouldn't say I'm excited for it.
I liked
Why not?
I
The
liked
first Venom was stupid. The movie was
It was
bad.
awesome.
No, it was
I loved Tom Hardy as Venom.
I liked that
I
too, but I'm
loved
just
it.
saying the movie was stupid.
No,
It was not. It was not a good movie.
Yes, it was.
not a good
good
movie.
movie.
No,
It was a good movie.
no, it was not. Speaking of
Do you
good
think-
movies,
Do you think that with
Okay.
Sony and Marvel kind of working together, they might bring in Tom Holland for that movie?
ugh. I
He
hope
says,
not. I hope they
"Let
don't
there
ruin
be
it.
carnage" at the end.
Okay, yeah, I know. Whatever. Still, again, just in case anyone wasn't aware of who that character was.
It's gonna be carnage.
Oh, guys, it's Carnage! Oh my God!
No, it's Craven the Hunter. What the
Yeah.
fuck are you guys talking about?
Why have they not had Craven yet? Come on.
Sandman.
Fuck
Yeah,
Sandman.
he's okay. I know, fuck the Sandman. He's a sad
Yeah.
sack story asshole.
We already had him in Spider-Man 3 anyway. So.
Yeah.
Justice though?
What'd you say?
Did they really do him any justice though?
No, they didn't do
No.
anybody
Really?
justice. And
They gave him the
Spider-Man
dude with
3.
the big lips and made him sad all the time.
Yeah.
the dude with the big lips.
He did. That's the only
It's-
thing I remember about him. He was like, his lips were always like, I'm
He was
sad
sad.
because my
sad.
daughter. I mean, I get it, but
You'd
like,
be sad.
of course I'd be sad. But I was just like, is that your only character? I'm like, I'm sad.
Oh my God.
That's the way his lips were huge.
Dude,
That's
Jake's
all I
coming.
remember.
Jake's coming for that guy's acting career right now. Holy shit!
I don't exactly. I
remember
don't
what
even
his
know
name
his
was.
name. It's just. I'm gonna look it up right now. Here we go.
Oh my God.
I'm looking at him. It looks like John Cena, but I don't think
Yeah,
it
he
is.
does. He looked like old John Cena.
I'm having a hard time seeing him. He looks so much like John Cena.
Thomas Hayden Church. He
Sure,
does look
sure.
like
No one else caught that Cheyenne said she was having a hard time seeing him. Come on. Come on.
Nice one.
I'm sweating now.
Stupid.
You got me sweating in here. It's hot. Oh my God, that was so
Oh my
bad. That was so stupid. Okay, all right. All right.
Yes, the original, the '90s Spider-Man cartoon. It was. I mean, all the '90s superhero cartoons were so good. X-Men, Batman, Spider-Man. It was just an era of great comic book character cartoons.
Cheyenne's dying. She's
We've lost Cheyenne.
I
Oh,
know.
no.
Yeah, she's dying. Look at her. She's muted herself because she doesn't want everyone to hear her incessant laughter. Since the last stop, now she's making me laugh. I've got to block her off my screen now.
Oh man.
But so we'll move on now to the PlayStation and Nintendo 64 game, widely regarded as one of the best Spider-Man games ever. And
Yeah, the one where
it's-
Stanley comes in narrating right at the
yes,
beginning.
yes,
Ah,
with the yellow clouds over the city while you're
yeah, it was
I
their way
believe
of
it's
being
called
like,
Spider-Man 64 and just Spider-Man for the
Spider-Man,
PlayStation
yeah.
version.
because like there was no way for them to render the whole city, so they're like, oh
Yeah.
no, let's just put this yellow fog at the bottom that'll kill you.
Yep. But
I used to play the shit out of that game, and I never had a memory card.
oh my fucking god, dude! I was literally about to say the same thing. I never had a memory card for this game, so I never got. I had to beat it in one sitting if I ever wanted to beat it, and I never did. The farthest I ever got was when you finally team up with Venom, and you're going through this building, and you're fighting a bunch of symbiotes and shit.
Oh, you got way further than I ever
Also,
did.
it was weird. They rendered Venom blue in this game, right? You remember that? Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
blue.
he had like a blue glow to him.
Yes,
I was
he
like,
was.
I
Blue.
don't remember that.
He was blue. But
Abba-dee-da-ba-die.
shut up. This game and the '90s Spider-Man cartoon were my first real like introductions to
Mine too.
to Spider-Man, and they both knocked it out of the park for me.
Yeah.
They were very, very good.
They were.
I unfortunately never did beat that Spider-Man 64 game.
I still haven't to this day, and I would love to. I have it. I have it at
Yeah,
home.
I remember the sequel to it though. You were able to run around on the ground. I remember one of the first enemies you fought in that game was Shocker. So welcome back, Chris.
Yeah, wasn't the first enemy you fought in that game? Wasn't it Scorpion or something like that? I'm pretty sure it was Scorpion.
In the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But and then I
think
remember
I
you had to
got that far
I
and
remember
never got any
chasing.
further.
I remember having to chase Black Cat and chase Venom and
Mhm.
fight Venom, and then you team up with him, and then eventually, I
I
think you have to
remember in
fight
the-
Carnage, and then you have to fight Doc Ock, covered in the Carnage symbiote at the end. I think is the last
Remember
boss.
in the password selection, if you ever entered a curse word, it would, because like Spider-Man standing right there, like
Yeah.
doing his animation.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you ever entered a curse word into the like little text area, he would just go whoosh, and punch it out of the the text box.
That's awesome. I don't know if I
That's
ever
hilarious.
did
I
that.
didn't
I
know
don't remember
that.
that, but that's funny.
I think I typed like shit once, and I saw him go whoosh.
That's awesome. That was a great game. That was an absolutely great game.
He used to do the training mode shit
Uh-huh.
all the time, where you're like climbing on a roof and the floor is electric, and there's all those little multicolor orbs.
Yeah.
And you're
Yep.
supposed to practice dropping and then shooting yourself back up at the
Yes. I also
Dude, that was my
remember
favorite.
that game introduced like picking up like spider armor. So you would pick
Mhm.
up different suits on each map and stuff that
Yeah,
gave
and
you
it would,
different
like-
powers and shit.
like
the
Mario
spider
64,
armor
you
was,
could have a metal-
white where the red usually is, and like dark blue. It was, I don't know, I like that suit. It was cool.
It was
But,
so cool. That game was so much fun. I'm gonna go
was.
back and play it.
have fun after playing Marvel Spider-Man. It probably will be a slog, but
I mean, yeah, that's how I feel about playing Mario 64 right now. Oh.
yeah,
But it's
Nintendo,
fun.
remaster your fucking games right. Don't just re-release them,
Yeah.
you fucks.
Yeah, bitch.
So yeah, Chris, did you ever play that game? The old
just said
Spider-Man
I've
64
never-
PS1 game?
I just said I've never played a Spider-Man game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did say that.
So
Never
what would
mind.
be next then, release wise? Would it be the Tobey Mcguire Spider-Man movie? Yeah.
Yes. So
The-
this one I feel like we'll probably talk about for a while. I want to before
the
anything.
first one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
very first movie. So
Yeah, that's a good one.
I have memories of being so fucking hyped for this. I didn't look this up. I could be wrong by a couple days, but I remember that it came out. These always came out in May. I can't remember if this one was the 25th or the 5th. But I remember. Oh man, what fucking movie? It was this. I remember I was at the movies. The first time I saw the trailer for it, it was a movie. I really don't remember the title of this movie, but it was like an old timey looking movie that looked like black and white, right? But it, I remember like I think the red. Oh my god, it had a weird filter on it, and
You
there
were
were
pretty
like
damn
robots and shit. Oh, is it? What was
May
it?
3rd.
May 3rd. Fuck. Damn.
I
it.
almost said May 4th.
Fuck. But all three of these movies came out in May, I believe.
Mhm. To theaters,
Yeah, to theaters.
because they always came out like around. What's in May? Is it? No, it's not. That's not. Never mind.
But I don't remember what that movie was that I saw the trailer for this in. It's super hard for me to describe because I probably haven't seen that movie since then ever. But I remember like being so fucking hyped for this movie all through. I think that would be second grade because that was in 2001. I remember.
2002.
The movie
well,
came
okay,
out in
yes.
2002.
The trailer you saw, yeah.
The trailer, yeah. Also, yeah. So 2001. Now everyone knows the fact that they had a scene with Spider-Man like swinging on the Twin Towers in the trailer, and they had to re-release the trailer and then fix the movie.
yeah.
Also,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was supposed to come out a little sooner than May, but obviously, September 11th happened, and they thought that they should edit out the Twin Towers from the movie.
Yeah.
Which was a good move. I mean,
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know what that would have done other than
but
people been
you have
like,
to think about it. You have to think about it. That's a really fresh open wound at that point.
Yeah, I know.
But it made a lot of
but
people
I feel like it wouldn't have made anyone more or less sad than not seeing them there.
That's true.
I feel like whatever.
I guess.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I think the importance of this movie cannot be understated because
It started the superhero
renaissance. Yeah. The superhero craze. You had these 3 movies, and then I think you had the first 2 movies.
Blade.
Yeah, you had
Batman.
like Blade, and I think did Daredevil come out in like 2001 or something?
No, he came out.
No, that
after
was
Spider-Man.
later.
What about the first Hulk movie?
That was 2008.
Holy fuck, the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Damn. I didn't even realize
With
that.
like Carl Urban? No, it wasn't Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Who the fuck was that guy?
Yeah,
Edward,
the Daredevil movie
Edward
came out.
something.
No, Edward Norton. That's the second one.
Yeah, no, it's Eric Bana who plays the first Hulk.
Yeah, that one. When did that one come out?
You're fine. If they see you, it's not a big deal.
2008.
No, I was coughing and it hurts.
Shut up, Daniel. You're not on this podcast.
Hulk came out in 2003.
Okay, thank
And
you.
then the
Yeah.
Incredible
All
Hulk
right.
came out in
So
2008.
yeah, this I believe was the first. This also set every record for like superhero movies at the box office and everything. But like, what are your guys' memories about seeing this movie or being ready for it? I remember everyone at school being so like everybody was hard for this and ready. Like everybody was so
Spider-Man that year for Halloween.
Dude, yeah. Yes.
Like the
yes.
Sam Raimi suit Spider-Man for
Yeah.
Halloween. I saved that mask for like 5 years until it was like the stitching was like separating.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I was Sam Raimi Spider-Man that year for Halloween. Like
Oh,
I
man.
had no doubt. As soon as I saw that movie, I was like, "Fucking Spider-Man!"
Dude, this movie was so good. At the time, I honestly haven't seen it in a long time. I don't know how well it holds up. I'm kind of scared to watch it again.
It still holds up very well. I mean, there's like you said, there's that meme of him swinging against. Oh no, you didn't mention that. The scene where
are you talking about where Mary Jane's grabbing him and it's
yeah, you can
obviously
definitely
a dummy?
tell it's a dummy and that the wind's blowing the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I mean, fine. It was the first like. Granted, you had, like I said, you had Batman, and maybe you had Blade before that too.
Yeah.
You had at least
Yeah,
4
you really
Batmans.
only had the Batman movies, and they really like after
And the Christopher Reeve Superman.
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Those,
Yeah.
those are really the only superhero movies that were out.
This was
at
the
time.
first big Marvel release.
Yeah.
It wasn't even Marvel. It was Marvel Productions, but it
I'm
was
talking about
Marvel.
Marvel comic books.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say this was Columbia Pictures and TriStar.
Yeah. It was still when
So-
it wasn't that before it was even owned by Sony still?
That was when
They sold it
Marvel-
shortly after the first one, didn't they?
Marvel was on the brink of bankruptcy.
That's right, and they were selling everything off.
They were just selling it. They couldn't get rid of characters like Iron Man and people like that because nobody
Yeah.
wanted them. They wanted the Spider-Man. So
Mhm.
that's why.
Spider-Man.
That's
The
why
Spider-Man.
that's why when Jon Favreau came around and started doing Marvel movies, he had no choice but to start with Iron Man. And now, in hindsight, that was probably one of the better decisions they could make.
Mhm.
Or not even that they made, that was just forced upon them that they couldn't sell Iron Man. Because now you can't go anywhere without seeing Iron Man anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Man, Captain America. Yeah.
So, Chris, you did see this movie, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. Did you see it when it was out, or did you see it later?
I saw it in theaters with my family, and I just remember being like, "Whoa, that's cool." I didn't actually like superheroes before that, so I thought, "Shit, it would be really cool to to have that kind of power. And I liked Peter Parker because I thought he was relatable.
Chris is sitting in there like 6 years old. He's like, shit,
Yeah,
that would be
I was
cool.
like- yeah. I didn't see the '90s Spider-Man cartoon until after the show, until after that movie,
Mm.
because it would come on and I'd be like, next channel, time to watch X-Files or some bullshit.
Chris watching X-Files at 5 years old.
I
My
was,
parents
I was,
had a
I have
big
to say,
like-
I was
They
thinking
were
the Power Rangers.
They're
back
out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I want to believe.
Yeah. Yes, interesting. Okay.
I can see- I
Let's
can
see
see
where
him
this
watching
goes.
X-Files.
Yeah.
It
Interesting.
was cool. It was really cool, and I just liked. Was the first one the one where he's like crushing the doorknob and like he goes
Yeah.
in slow motion when that dude that's totally in high school goes to beat his ass. It looks like he's 30 or
Fucking
something.
30-year-old Flash Thompson.
Flash.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. And he's like, "Ooh." I was like, holy
And then he's
shit.
looking at him like,
Whoa.
whoa.
I will say that, like, so the first two Spider-Man movies, or actors, I guess I'd say, Tobey Mcguire did such a good job at playing the nerd,
Yeah.
the loser, and Andrew Garfield did such a good job of playing the smart mouth. You know, I can talk, I'm funny, I'm a prankster
Witty,
or whatever.
yeah.
Witty, yeah.
Yeah, but he was too cool of a Peter Parker.
He was too
No,
cool.
He
Exactly.
wasn't.
Yes,
Yes, he was. Yes, he
He
was.
was too cool.
Andrew Garfield was amazing.
He was too cool of a Peter
Tom
Parker.
Holland has done a phenomenal job of mixing
I agree.
both nerdy and cool Spider-Man, like, ever. And I feel bad for him because everywhere he goes and tries to do movies afterwards, it's just gonna be, hey, that's Spider-Man.
You
Yeah,
know that
he's
he's
gonna be
supposed to be. You know, one thing I
Jack,
find weird.
Jack Reacher, or
No,
what's his name
no.
from Uncharted?
Nathan Drake.
Nathan Drake.
Drake in the Uncharted movie. And I was like, I've barely played the first Uncharted. I'm not really a huge Uncharted guy at all. But I was like, that is a really weird casting. But okay.
When
I
I
thought
played
Nathan
Uncharted-
Drake was a lot more buff
And old.
Yeah.
and old.
When I
Have
played
you seen
Uncharted,
Tom Holland without a shirt on?
it was like
He's still like 5'6". It looks like.
playing Tomb Raider but having a dick.
It's true. So yeah, so not as good.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Laura Croft
Um,
is better than Nathan Drake.
How tall did you say he was, Matt?
I said he looks like he's 5'6".
Oh, he's 5'8". So,
Okay, so he's barely
He's-
taller than you.
yeah, as I say, he's only 2 inches taller than I am.
Yeah, so he's a little
But he
guy.
can still kick my
He's
ass.
a little man.
Yeah, but it's a little man who could kick my ass.
Oh man. But I think at this point now, currently, still a super underrated, really good superhero movie is Spider-Man 2
Oh, this
With-
is the best one out of
with
the
Alfred
trilogy.
Molina as Doc Ock.
Doc Ock.
Oh
Yeah.
my fucking
Oh, yeah.
god, that movie is so fucking good.
From
Holy
everything that I've heard, that one's
shit.
regarded as the best one, though.
Oh, absolutely, it's the best one. Yeah, for sure,
It
100%.
really is. It's
The
it's one of
mechanical
those-
tentacles were so scary to me. As a
Oh
kid,
yes.
that
They
like
did-
horror
yeah.
scene
Fuck,
where
yeah.
they like where they're trying to remove them and they come to life and
Like,
start killing the dog.
into the
Yeah.
fucking screen. Yeah, and it like
I mean, it's Sam Raimi. He does
Hit
horror
yourself.
films, so it was perfect for him.
it was cool.
It was
Is
it
it-
was a really it was a really good job too. The guy that did the acting again, Alfred Molina, great fucking
Yep.
job, bro.
He was
Mhm.
a great
Yes.
Doctor Octopus. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh man.
Second only probably to the or only closely followed by like the game Doc Ock. Perfectly clean transfer segue here. How about that tie-in video game though?
Mm.
Absolutely. Sorry, Chris,
Oh
but
my
that game
God.
was so goddamn good. It had like every single Spider-Man villain.
It had, what's his name from the Evil Dead? He was the narrator.
Yeah, Ash or Ashley from the I don't know what his actual name is.
Ash Williams.
You know, he was also he had cameos.
He was in all three.
all three Spider-Man movies. Also,
He was
right?
the wrestling announcer in the
Yep,
first
and
one.
then he was in the second one. He was the guy at the ticket booth. at the
Yeah.
beginning, and then in the third one he was the host.
The maitre d', the restaurant.
Yep. That put the
He'd, like,
ring in the glass. Yeah.
Clap and they'd bring the wine and like,
And that guy was always the narrator in all 3 Spider-Man movie games.
and it always sounded like he didn't give a shit to be there.
Yeah,
It was
yes,
cool.
it was awesome. He was
Just
awesome.
fucking jump up here.
Yeah, pretty much. It was he did a great job. He was awesome. But yeah, that Spider-Man 2 game, the web swinging in that game, that was the first physics-based web swinging game, or like web swinging in a game.
So good.
Where you really couldn't just you weren't just like
Press a button to swing and progress forward.
Yeah.
You had
he
to
would-
time
you-
everything.
Yeah, you had to time it. You had to make sure you were around buildings, or else you wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
swing.
you'd fall.
That game is still to this day. It's such a good game.
And
It
it's
is the
funny because
second best Spider-Man game.
I'd
you
probably
wouldn't
say
fall
that,
to
yeah.
the street though.
And
You would
die.
fall.
Yeah.
No, you'd fall in the clouds.
No, in Spider-Man 2, you could go to the street.
Yeah,
Oh,
in
really?
Spider-Man
Yeah.
1, you would fall into the clouds.
Oh, I'm
You
thinking of
could
Spider-Man
see
1.
the street below you, but you would just like fall, and you'd do
Fall.
that panning where you see him just fall all the way to the ground.
No, Spider-Man 2, you fall and you can die.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. You.
I didn't
I
know you
would
could go to the ground.
Yeah. Oh, one of the
You would
first
like
things.
fall and be like,
You cannot tell me. Yes, exactly. Holy shit. You can't tell me you never went to the top of the Empire State Building and just jumped
constantly.
right. I have to do it every
Constantly.
single Spider-Man game.
Yep.
You climb all the way up and you jump off and you dive and you just go headfirst into the concrete.
Sorry,
You don't
sorry.
do that,
You
Cheyenne?
gotta test
Come
the
on.
physics. You gotta test the physics.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, I remember that. I mean, that game had Kraven the Hunter. That game had Mysterio.
Mhm.
I remember Mysterio like in that game. Oh, dude, that game had so many villains. It was so good. I don't remember how
It
long
was-
it
it was
was,
really good.
but that specific game needs a remaster.
That's also another game I never beat.
Oh, it was so long, dude. It was so long.
It was.
Um,
It was really in depth for a movie tie-in game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. If I did Tobey Mcguire actually do the voiceover for that game? Because
I
it
think
definitely
he-
sound like him.
I
know he did it for the first one. I know he did it for the first one.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
If he didn't, they got someone that could mimic his voice very well. We got you guys looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It's Tobey
Yeah,
Maguire.
he did provide the voice of Spider-Man in the video game adaptations of the films.
Bruce Campbell. That's
Awesome.
his name.
Yeah, that
Gosh.
is. Yep, that is his name. But yeah, I mean, like, what else do you guys have to say about either the original first 2 Spider-Man movies? Because we'll probably get into 3 here in a second.
Oh my god.
But I mean,
They were good.
yeah, the games were great. The movies
Yeah.
were great.
Willem Dafoe did a good job too.
Yes,
Mhm.
Willem Dafoe
Oh,
was
God.
He
awesome.
really
He was so good as a Green Goblin.
yes.
He's just such a
I've
good
never seen it
villain.
done better than Willem Dafoe did Green Goblin.
Yep.
Yeah, it was very good. And I believe that could even be why they haven't tried again. I mean, he was very good.
That's true.
I don't know who the villain's supposed to be in the newer Spider-Man movie, but
I don't care at this point.
yeah, it doesn't really matter. It could be anybody. But let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room, though. Spider-Man 3.
Can we talk about
That's a Spider-Man 2
Cor-
shirt. Can you even read?
No. I
She's
thought
been-
it was Spider-Man 3.
You're wearing it.
No.
You're wearing it. It says 2 on it.
It says 2.
Idiot.
Whoops.
So can we talk about this movie
It
pre-release?
says 2. Oh yeah. So I
So-
remember being super hyped for this movie.
Solely
this-
because it had Venom.
Well, no. Hold on. I have this. It is chiseled into my brain. The timeline. Okay. So I was at my mom's house. My mom and my brother went to go see a movie. I don't remember what I was doing. It might have been something for band or something. For some reason I didn't get to go. It might have been for his birthday or something. And then they showed the trailer or whatever. And the first trailer just debuted the black suit. And I believe Sandman.
Probably, yeah.
And it went all through the next year. And then I think it was about a month or so before the movie came out, that trailer that had the Venom tease at the very end, where it shows like Eddie Brock getting like covered in shit in it, and then the part where it like it lunges forward and Venom screams at the camera, and then the trailer ends. I'm 90% sure that was like a month before the movie came out. I don't know if you can really go back and look back then about trailer debuts or anything like that. I don't even know if you can do that. But I remember seeing that and absolutely, I don't remember what I was watching. It might have been a football game or something, but I absolutely lost my fucking mind.
So did I.
Holy
so did
shit. Oh my God. Because I mean, we all knew where it was going to go, right?
Mhm.
Because he had the black suit, but
Oh yeah.
the original plan was that he would shed it off and he would just fight Sandman and the new Goblin, you know, Harry or whatever, which is
Not
basically
the Hobgoblin.
yeah, a
Mhm.
shittier version of the Hobgoblin, who in the comic books and the old '90s show and all that stuff is Harry Osborn anyway.
I know. I don't know why they didn't just call
I-
him the Hobgoblin.
I don't know. No, he's the new Goblin.
Fuck that. He's the
He's
Hobgoblin.
new.
New and improved.
Yeah, new and improved, baby. New and improved.
Except not
he's
really,
got a
'cause he
little
died
fucking
too.
hoverboard and shit.
Little skateboard.
Oh yeah. Super stupid.
James Franco. That's his name.
Yeah, James.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that was like really like one of his first big roles, right? As
Mm-hmm.
being Harry Osborn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously everyone's super hype. I think going into the movie, I don't think I don't think I knew it was bad until Venom was only in the last like 10 minutes.
So, okay, can I jump in?
Go ahead.
So, from what I heard, from what I've seen on like just posts about it and people talking on it, is that Venom was forced into
Yes,
that movie.
by Sony and the execs.
Yes, he was forced into that movie. Sam Raimi only wanted Sandman and Hobgoblin because Hobgoblin was a running character development throughout the three movies. You know, in the
Yeah.
first movie, he sees Spider-Man carrying in Norman Osborn's body. In 2, you can see he's like vengeful against Spider-Man. It was the culmination of those past 2 movies that the Hobgoblin was going to be in there, which was understandable. And Sandman was just the villain of the week for that movie. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah, he was supposed to be like, you know, the villain that shows Spider-Man that he's, you know, he gets to basically whoop his fucking ass with the black suit, and then eventually, you know, get super cocky and shit, and then eventually shut it off and then fight Hobgoblin. But yeah,
he's the one that teaches Spider-Man, you know, not all villains are bad.
Evil.
Technically,
Yeah.
they're just desperate, you know. And so, but Venom was 100% forced into that movie because people are like, nobody's going to see this if they don't have a villain in there that they don't recognize. And so Venom was forced. And
I don't understand what the logic is there. Everyone is gonna see this fucking movie. Are you serious?
It's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I know.
it's like after Spider-Man 2, like how like what? But
I mean, to jump to the future, look at how when Homecoming came out, they introduced Vulture, who was, you know, he's part of the Sinister Six, but ask your average Joe Schmo who just like Spider-Man the movies. Hey, do you
only
know who
know
Vulture is?
from the games, basically.
Exactly.
He's a
Yeah, and that's even if they played the games.
C-tier villain.
Yeah, what if they didn't play the games? Then they
Exactly.
wouldn't know.
So like,
Yeah.
it's okay to throw in random new villains. Like that's okay. It exposes the fan base of just the movies to deeper lore.
Yeah, and I
that's
mean,
available.
I understand this because if we're being honest, I think Spider-Man really only has about 3 to 4 A-tier villains.
Doc Ock, Green Goblin,
yeah.
Venom.
And
Carnage.
that's if you consider Venom an actual villain. A lot
He
of people
becomes
consider
an
him an
anti-hero.
an anti-hero.
Yeah. Like
He's only a villain to Spider-Man because the suit hates Spider-Man because he tore him off him basically.
Yeah.
He's the only person, you know, that was able to, you know, rid himself of that symbiote, and the symbiote is fucking
Pissed.
hates him because of how powerful he was. You know, he really, you know, whatever, but Carnage, I would say, I don't know if he's A tier, but that's because he's so sparingly used, I feel like, and he's just a fucking psychopath. He's the closest thing Spider-Man has to like a Joker character, but he's not as good. But
That's the one thing that Spider-Man lacks. Is those S tier villains, like really going off of what you just talked about. Then that leaves us with two, which is Doc Ock
and Green Goblin. Yeah,
yeah, and
they already used both of them.
Yeah, which is a bummer, and they've been used multiple times in various forms of media. So like, it's hard. It's hard. Oh, I guess you can count Kingpin, but he'd be a tier lower.
Yeah, I'd say C or B.
Yeah,
and I mean he's just general to any New York hero in Marvel.
Marvel hero, yeah.
Yeah.
That must sound so ignorant when I ask this, because I literally don't know.
You ignorant.
This is what I've been able to piece together about Carnage, and it's very shitty, so it might be completely wrong. But is he like super powerful, like world-ending tier, like absolutely immeasurable strength?
Go for it,
and
Jake.
That's what makes him such a thing.
So Carnage is a serial killer named
Cletus
Cassidy
is the person.
Okay.
And the symbiote
is the offspring of Venom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it fuses with that serial killer. And it's just he's the combination of a serial killer.
It's a perfect mesh between the symbiote and the person's personality.
Mm-hmm.
To just go on.
He can also
killing sprees.
He has an interesting power where he can suck people's souls out of them, and become more powerful. So like in Venom in the movie, it kind of explains like the way the symbiotes reproduce. They are asexual, and they just they just reproduce whatever by dividing, and each subsequent child is therefore more powerful than the previous
form
through their that's how they evolve basically. So that symbiote is more powerful than Venom, but it also each one has their own unique powers and personalities, which is also explained a little bit. Yes. The dude is a fucking psychopath, serial killer, and that basically feeds into everything that the Carnage symbiote wants, which is just chaos and power.
To kill. Yeah, so that's what Carnage is.
He
looks like Venom. Kind of looks like Venom in the face.
Yeah.
He's red and black, and like he has like tentacles and stuff coming off of him.
Yeah.
That's
tendrils.
What all I've seen in like pictures and shit of him.
Yeah.
Is he like the only dark?
He's probably the darkest.
Like the darkest character, like villain in the whole Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I mean, Spider-Man, Marvel villains aren't really as dark as DC villains are, but that's just, the tone of those different comic book worlds.
Yeah.
But I would say generally, like he's the craziest, he's the closest thing they have to a Joker.
Yeah.
But
that's
the
very
Carnage
loose.
movie would probably be rated R.
I believe
Hopefully.
that's what they're going for. I believe with
it has to be, otherwise I'll
Venom
be very
Maximum
upset.
Carnage is, I believe, the title of that movie.
I mean, if they can do a
Stupid.
Deadpool movie that's rated R, and they can do whatever the fuck they want with
mean,
it.
Isn't this newest Batman movie trying to be rated R?
Yep.
I think so.
Okay, so a rated R Carnage movie can be a thing.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Sweet.
It's just Disney. It's just what does Disney want to say?
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh no,
how
it's
they
Sony.
do.
It's Sony. Never mind.
It is Sony. Yeah.
Disney doesn't own Sony yet.
Well, I believe Disney said they were still open to doing like Deadpool.
They fucking better. They can't not do that.
Rated R. I don't see Disney doing that.
It's
They'll
rated
do it.
PG-13
Money.
Deadpool 3.
No, if they do a PG-13 Deadpool, then people
They will
riot.
lose more money than they made.
Yeah, people will freak
sure.
out. But like the cheesiness of Spider-Man 3 was like beyond ridiculous.
It was disgusting.
Other than the villains being forced and all that, I mean, it was just not
Topher Grace?
Not good.
Really?
Yeah.
Topher Grace as Eddie Brock? Eddie Brock's supposed to be fucking huge.
I know. Yeah.
Which Tobey Mcguire Spider-Man was the one where he's like
All of them?
That's one.
That's all of
That
them,
was
man.
one?
He cries.
That's
like,
one where
he
Uncle
has
Ben
the worst
dies.
crying face ever.
Yeah, he does.
But Chris Cheyenne, do you know who Topher Grace is?
Hmm.
I don't.
He's a guy from that '70s show. He's Eric.
Yeah,
Eric Foreman.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, I know that.
Eric
I know
Foreman.
that.
Yeah,
They
he's
made
like
him
super
Eddie
skinny.
Brock.
Oh.
Yeah, he was.
And I'm
Venom.
like, no, why Eddie Brock? Why Topher Grace as Eddie Brock? Like, that does not make any
Yeah.
sense. And he was such a bitch in that movie.
Yeah.
He cried. Eddie Brock's supposed to be a hard ass motherfucker, and he cries, he whines. I'm about to get some dirt in your eye. Fuck, he's a bitch in that movie. I hate him.
Oh my god.
How do you really feel?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
How do you really feel?
that movie makes me so mad because I wanted to like it so fucking bad.
Speaking of wanting to like, I think Chris can go out and say how much I wanted to like Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. Do you remember how hype I was for Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1, Chris?
Yeah.
I remember we went and saw that, I think, midnight at Movie Tavern in Williamsburg.
Yep. I remember.
The first one, honestly, solid.
It's okay. Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, it was decent.
Good.
I liked the actual shitty suit that he had, that he kind of
Me too.
quote unquote looked like a kid could make it. With
Yeah,
the
but-
tennis shoe soles and the shades in the
Yeah.
eyes, and shit like that.
Sunglasses for the eyes,
sunglasses,
yeah.
for the eyes. I really enjoyed his banter as Spider-Man. I thought he was really good. He was too cool.
A tiny knife,
Yeah.
my weakness.
Yeah. He did a really good job. I really, really, really liked him and his girlfriend at the time.
Stone.
Gwen Stacy.
Emma Stone. Yeah, as Gwen
Oh.
Stacy. Their chemistry shut up. Their chemistry was insanely good in both
Really
of the
good.
movies.
My
Honestly.
unknowing wife.
What?
Emma Stone's my
Oh, it's,
unknowing wife.
oh, okay. All right. That's creepy.
Why?
Anyway, let's continue.
She's gorgeous.
Without the thirst that's being displayed.
Yeah, tone down the thirst a little bit.
I'm quenched for Emma Stone.
But that means you don't need her if you're quenched.
His thirst is slaked.
Parched. That's what I meant to say. Parched.
Heart. Oh, so
I
you've
should've
already
left
had
it
Emma
alone.
Stone.
Should've
You're
left it
quit,
alone.
huh?
Yeah.
wish.
Anyway, though, I really liked the first one. I liked the Lizard Man as the villain. That's a good first villain.
Yeah, it was different.
I didn't actually hate the guy. Well, I guess that's into two. Anybody have anything else? Like, I liked that they went with the Stacy story as the
And not
Mary
girlfriend
Jane.
and not
Yeah.
Mary Jane.
Instead of
yes.
MJ, yeah, I agree.
I always found
'Cause
her
3
story more
hinted at
interesting.
3 hinted at Gwen
Oh,
Stacy
that was so
just
bad.
a little bit.
That was so bad in Spider-Man 3. I forgot she was even in that.
Yeah.
Like, even like in the comic books, she's his first girlfriend, and then we're gonna throw her in like 5 years into him being Spider-Man randomly, and he just saves her, and then Mary Jane's like, "Are you cheating on me?" You know, she never said that, but it was basically like, stupid.
Jane.
No, I like the Gwen Stacy story better
Yes,
anyway.
I do too. It's a lot more integral into like Spider-Man's character growth.
Her. Oh wait.
Her being killed.
Yeah.
In the second one, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we all enjoyed the first one, right, for what it was.
That's
Yeah.
honestly
It wasn't
why
bad.
I haven't gone back and watched the Andrew Garfield ones.
Why? Because that's so like they did a really good job with that. Like
Heart-wrenching.
yeah,
Soul
yeah.
crushing.
Like
Soul
no
crushing.
music. Like he just goes down
All you
there.
hear is the
Oh
Yep.
god damn it. And then like literally like the 6 months where it just does a montage of him to no music, just standing at her fucking grave as the seasons. But I'm just like, oh my god.
Yep.
And like he hasn't been Spider-Man that whole time since then.
yeah.
If
It's
yeah,
tough. That
If-
was hard. That's honestly why I have a hard time watching the second one.
yeah,
Not to talk about just the movie itself,
if
but
if the Green Goblin in that movie wasn't so fucking horrible, or Electro also so fucking horrible,
Big
which,
Oh, I
Blue.
liked Electro.
dude, come on.
Okay.
He was
Okay.
the stupid. Literally, he had like a shitty ass balding comb over, taped glasses, ducked or like a huge gap in his teeth, and he talked so stereotypical. Like, oh my god, they had Jamie Foxx, who's a great
I know.
actor, and they
They
did
could've-
that with him.
Yeah.
He should
he
have
had
just
just
been a
recently come
badass.
off doing Ray too, like Ray Charles.
Yeah.
and
And they made him do
Django.
it. Yeah, and it was bad. It was really bad.
He's a great actor, and they did that to him. They did that to him. How are you in this movie and they're doing this to you and you're like, I guess
I'm
It's
okay with
fine.
it.
it's a paycheck.
I do have to say though, on a different note, the music for Amazing Spider-Man 2 was my favorite out of everything. Like I downloaded the soundtrack from it, and I have it on
Was it
my.
like
it's on my-
orchestral music, or I honestly
Yeah.
don't even remember it.
Yeah, it's like orchestral, but mixed with like the synth, like of electros, like
Synthesizer.
electricity. Does that
Uh-huh.
like
I honestly don't even remember. I'm
I'll
sorry.
have to show you later. And if our dear listeners have not heard it, you should look up the Amazing Spider-Man 2 soundtrack. It's awesome.
To backtrack and add to what she's saying, one of my favorite parts about Spider-Man 3 was the theme for the black suit Spider-Man. It's like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I was like,
that was also
oh
very good.
god, this is so cool.
Oh man. But
And also Hero by
oh,
Chad
fuck.
Kroger. I'm so high, I can hear heaven.
Oh, stop.
I am so high.
Yeah, thankfully
God
Amazing Spider-Man
damn
2
it.
was just orchestral / electric.
Didn't have fucking
I'm not even
Nickelback
gonna lie, I
soundtrack.
fucking love that song.
Didn't have it.
Oh my god.
I really, really love that
I
song.
really wanted to like Amazing Spider-Man 2. I tried really hard. I watched it like 3 or 4 times. I think I went and saw it in the theaters 3 times. I'm like, please like it this time. Please like it this time.
You just couldn't do
no, it was so bad, man. They did the
I guess
same.
the music.
They did the same fucking thing again. They didn't even wait 3 movies this time. They're just like fucking
Too many
every
villains.
villain, every fucking villain, because they were setting up for Sinister 6 or whatever.
And that
and they
never
just-
happened.
And then, like, once it got released, they found out, like, yeah, we're not doing a third.
yeah, because everyone was like, "This was garbage. Why?
Yeah.
Why did you do this?"
Man, the music just made it for me because I really liked it. The music just.
You like Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
70%
did.
of us do not.
really? Dane
I
DeHaan
thought it.
as
I thought
Harry,
it was.
I thought was fine, and then they were just like,
I
"We'll
thought it
just
was
make
cool.
him. We'll just make him Green Goblin, and make him transform into this disgustingly hideous-looking thing that
With
is."
fangs.
Oh,
It was great. It was scary.
what are you
No, it
talking
wasn't.
about? No, it
It was
wasn't. It was
stupid.
cringy and awful. Like,
It was
so
cringier than
bad.
Spider-Man 3.
It was very cringy. Jesus, like, dude, come on. Like, he appears in the movie and then also becomes a villain in the same movie.
Mhm.
I don't know, but
There's not a lot of time for character growth.
yeah, like other than the villains, I loved Andrew Garfield in the movie. I loved Emma Stone again as Gwen Stacy. Thought they were great. I really, 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 really wish Sony would just back the fuck up and let people make movies instead of just ruining everything they touch.
Do you remember the Sony Ericsson plugs?
Oh my god, yes. Yes, 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 yes.
He's like, let me get on my foot, my Sony Ericsson.
Yeah, yeah. And it would do a panned first person view of the phone. Like when he whips it out and yeah. Oh my god, dude. Yes.
Remember
So bad.
in one of the Spider-Man movies, I don't know which one it was, it does like a camera pan over his laptop and all it says is Sony.
Of course. Of course, yeah. So fucking bad, man.
Okay, can we get to the
Go for it. Go
good
for
one?
it.
Can we get to the good ones?
Yes.
The best
Yes.
out of
Yes.
and you know what? I'm gonna
Who-
say
where-
3.
3? What?
I'm gonna throw in Civil War.
Okay, well, I was just about to say, where were you when the Civil War trailer dropped with
I wasn't-
Spider-Man in it? Unannounced in the fucking trailer for Civil War.
Oh,
I was in Monterey, California. I was going to see a movie with Allison, I believe. I don't remember what movie we were seeing, but I damn near did backflips throughout that entire theater auditorium.
I like that you couldn't even remember the movie because the trailer for fucking Civil
Yep,
War
it
dropped.
was
Yeah.
it was
All
too
you're thinking
big.
about during that movie is like, fucking Spider-Man, fucking Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Because
Like
at that
we
point
didn't
we
hear
had
anything. we didn't hear anything before that.
We didn't
about
think it was
Spider-Man
ever
being
going to
in it.
happen. We didn't think
Exactly.
it was ever going to happen.
At that point, for years, we're like, Sony's never going to give Spider-Man back. We're never going to get him in a Marvel movie.
Yep.
And then you just hear, under ruse. What's up, guys? And it's just like,
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
hey, everyone. With Cap's shield and everything, man. Oh,
Yes.
my God.
and the fact that
With
his
the other
eyes.
super
Yeah, when
moved,
like, yep. Oh,
I
my
was
God.
like, they made his eyes move. They made his eyes move.
Yep.
It
yep.
was. I will never relive that moment,
It was
but
great.
I hold on to it.
It was
I
great.
cherish it.
It was great. But I mean, like, other than the trailer, I mean, I would say the best. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a Spider-Man movie. I wouldn't put it at 3.
No,
It's a
I'm just
Spider-Man
including. Okay,
movie.
2.5 movies.
Okay. He was very good in it.
Yeah.
I
was
love
great.
everything about it because it was like,
We skipped seeing Uncle Ben die.
yep,
Yeah.
skip that.
He's
the
already
first
become
time.
Spider-Man.
He's already
We skipped the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Bite. You know, like, we know. This is the third iteration of Spider-Man. We know. Uncle Ben dies. He got bit by a spider. He's sad. Boo-hoo. He learns
Wait,
respon-
what?
great
He
power.
got bit by a spider?
With great power comes great responsibility, whatever.
I'm
You
glad
know,
that I
we
haven't
know.
heard them say that yet in any of the Marvel or the MCU movies.
I don't think they will.
Good.
But I'm glad they didn't shove that in our face.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I just don't want another origin story. This will be the third time in less than like 10 years.
Mhm. That we're getting another origin story. Yeah.
Just
I agree.
tell me he's okay. And I love the fact that Tony Stark found him off a YouTube video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is you, right?
Went to
And
his
he's like,
house. Yeah. And then like fucking found the old shitty costume with the goggles and shit.
Yeah.
And I think like another thing in that movie is just like how playful he is. It's super funny because he's like fighting Winter Soldier, right? And Winter Soldier goes to punch him, right? And he just catches him. He's like, "Oh, so cool!" Like looking at his arm.
And Winter
He's
Soldier's
so
like,
fucking
"What
strong.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you're not supposed to be able to catch this.
Yeah.
And he's
Not
just
even
like,
Captain
"Oh,
America
okay."
has done this. What is
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah, it was it was really great. I mean, obviously
That's what
they had to actually throw him in late. I feel if I remember correctly, right? They had to
I
go
think
back
so.
and reshoot those scenes with him in it,
Yep.
and they fully CGI'd him in, I believe, until like unless he was actually Tom Holland, right? Like he was full CGI. He wasn't mocapped or anything, I believe, if I remember correctly. But anyway, so Homecoming was very good.
Oh God, it was so good.
I like that we still haven't seen him really in New York City yet.
No, we've seen him in
DC.
Queens
Yeah,
most of the time. Queens, DC.
Yep.
Um,
England. We've seen him in London more than New York City. And
True.
Venice.
mhm.
Which is really cool. I mean, like I really liked Far From Home a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly more than Homecoming. Like I liked Vulture in that.
Can
Michael
I just
Keaton was really good. Go ahead.
can I just
Go.
gush
Go.
over the ride to the homecoming dance? That scene.
Yeah.
That scene is so perfect. Like just the way that you can tell they both know that each other's know who they are,
Uh-huh.
and it's acted
Oh,
so
shit.
perfectly
Yeah, I
between
remember that.
Michael Keaton and Tom Holland. Everything's facial. There's no like overt vocal expressions. There's no, everything's just understood in that scene, and it's so well crafted and executed. I love it so much. It's my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah, I think another thing about that's just really understated, like it was the twist in that movie. You wouldn't see it coming just because, you think they're going to do the whole stereotypical, like his family, the thing where they have an interracial relationship. To have that twist there that he is, what's her face's dad. That was so awesome. That was so awesome. And I don't think anyone in the theater saw that coming at all, because they were like, you know what? No one will expect this shit. No one will expect this. It was just
Right.
it was really really awesome.
I didn't even think about that.
And like that, and then just the I honestly love like at first I didn't know how I felt about Zendaya's character.
As
Because I
MJ?
didn't, yeah. Well, you didn't know that that's who that was in the first
Yeah,
movie. I thought
you
that
did
No,
I
not
thought
until
that
the end.
reveal was stupid because like her name doesn't even start with an M or anything, right? She was just like, just call me MJ, and I'm like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
That felt a little forced. I
The
did
other-
really like them both. I liked them. I liked their relationship anyway in Homecoming, but I in Far From Home it was very good. Also, like I don't know, that stupid teen drama thing with my favorite part about that movie though, sorry, is the one classmate that didn't get snapped. And he's like 5 years older and he's a grown ass
yeah.
man. He's just
From Far From Home?
yes. He's just on the bus with them on the fucking trip, like just a grown ass dude. I don't know why it's so fucking funny. It's so funny to me. I don't know why. It's just stupid, but it's so perfect. I love that. I love it so much. But what was it? Night Monkey was his black suited bullshit
Yeah.
name that he made up for himself. Also
Monkey.
really really
Night
awesome.
Monkey.
Yeah, Night Monkey that's so funny. But man, the Spider-Man, I'm still excited for whatever the next one is. I hope they just drop the home part, please. Come on. one needs
Homecoming,
it.
Far From Home.
I know,
Yeah.
just nobody cares enough. Just stop. You could just name it Marvel's Spider-Man 3. It'll be fine.
It'd be fine.
Oh, because then you'll
They won't,
confuse
though.
it when they make the
No, they
third
won't.
Marvel Spider-Man video.
No one will be confused. No one will be
I know,
confused.
everybody calls it the Insomniac Spider-Man anyways.
I know. Or Spider-Man PS4 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, of the MCU movies, like, what was your guys' favorite Spider-Man one?
I want to...
I'll let you guys talk about that for a second. I'm gonna go get a glass of tea. Sorry, go. It'll be 2 seconds.
I want to say that Far From Home is probably my favorite one because it is post-Endgame.
Mm.
And it really shows cinematically and literally the passing of the torch. Like, okay, Iron Man's gone. He won't be in any more movies, you know. This is your new flagship character for our series. This is who we want you to rally behind.
Yeah.
And this is who is going to be our guy. Like, Spider-Man is the guy now. Assuming Marvel and Sony don't have a bitch fit again.
Right. Right.
But I think I like all the little things, like the glasses that he got from Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
A
All the
small little-
touches.
yeah, the small little scene of him being in the plane with Happy
Mm-hmm.
and listening to, I'm pretty sure it was AC/DC, but he calls it Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And he's like making his suit and all that, and Happy looks at him like, oh, it's nice to see that again, you know.
Yeah.
It really made that feel nice. And
All right.
one thing huge that I will put on Tom Holland as an actor, his credit. There's a scene at the end of Far From Home where he's talking to Aunt May, and he puts on the glasses, and she's like, "Ew, I don't know," and she's like, "Oh wait, are those the glasses Tony gave you?" And she's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "You'll go into them." Tom Holland mimicked Iron Man or Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark's mannerisms so
Mm-hmm.
well in that one scene. He kind of did like a little glance, look down, cocked his eyebrow, and looked back up, you know, just your standard facial mannerisms from Tony Stark. And he did it so well. It's so small and so minute, but it was huge to me. I was like, God, this kid's good at acting, and he makes me feel safe that Marvel's going to keep going with movies. I mean, clearly they're going to keep going with movies. It's a cash cow that they're going to milk until it dies. But It just was like that was the perfect little touch from Tom
I don't
Holland.
think it'll ever die. It'll probably never peak like it did with Infinity War and Endgame,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
it'll never not make money.
I agree.
Because
Am I allowed-
people like safe things. Go Chris.
Am I allowed to say that Into the Spider-Verse was my favorite one? Because
Absolutely.
I thought it was really good. The animation was really good also, but I liked being on board with the start of the Miles Morales character. Like I like that I can get on the ground level and like see that character develop with everybody else, and it's not like you guys have knowledge I don't have about it. You know what I
It
mean?
was fresh for everyone almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah, because he really has not been around very long at all in comics.
No, he's
It's
been
like
on like
10 years.
5. When
Maybe.
did Miles Morales debut?
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to see. I'd like to see Miles Morales get a live action movie and be like,
Oh, he will 100% guaranteed.
because it would be cool. I mean, Peter Parker's all good and great, but nobody knows how good Miles Morales could be. Like,
Yeah.
9 years, not even 10 years. He's been around 9 years.
there's a lot
Wow.
of potential still there, and I
Yeah.
just think I'm excited to see where they can take that, because it's as of yet, as far as I know, unwritten how like what his potential is.
Mhm.
And I just want to
Yeah.
see what they do with
I
him.
agree. Yeah.
In comic book terms, 9 years is not a long time.
No.
Not
yeah,
at all.
we can also
Spider-Man.
go ahead and just move straight into that because that was next. My next bullet point was Into the Spider-Verse.
God, that was a perfect movie.
It's probably the best. Oh man,
It was really good.
it's
Like,
up there in my top 5 best animated movies I've ever seen.
That was pristine, dude. It
Yeah.
It
was
was perfect.
absolutely pristine.
For
The
sure.
music
The
was great.
subtle
Everything.
comic book like dots in the
Oh
background.
hell yeah, dude! Oh my god.
My God,
Beautiful.
It was.
it was such a good movie.
And the music was iconic. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing short of it.
And Sunflower
Hmm.
Oh,
by Post Malone.
Yep.
I can't listen to that song
Posty.
without feeling nostalgic. I
Truly.
cannot.
Truly. Absolutely.
Just the opening, like when the beat starts, I'm like,
Exactly.
oh, I feel happy now.
Yeah, that movie's great. That movie is great.
hmm
Sony deserves every accolade for that because it was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it was all them. It was all them. I can't take anything away.
And if they were to keep Miles Morales and treat him with the same respect that they've treated the first movies, totally fine with that.
Please.
Because
Yeah, all
they
for
did
that.
such a great job. I would never oppose that.
Yeah,
And I hope
I want
see
them.
that
I want their animation studio to keep making those.
Yes.
But I still want
Yeah.
an MCU Miles Morales 100%
of
Yeah.
course.
because
of
they
course.
need it. They need that.
Yeah, he needs to be tied in with the other Avengers.
They need to be consistent with each other, though. I don't want it to be like contradictory. Like
Well, it'll
Sony,
be- I mean,
Miles
it'll-
Morales is this way, and then Marvel is that way. Make them both like they need to collaborate on it for it to be.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go from, I'm talking about the animation version versus the live action version. I don't think they need to be. They don't need to parallel each other. It's like completely.
They don't need to contradict each other, though.
Well, no, I don't. I mean, there's not really that many versions of the character yet. Anyway, they're all
Yeah.
pretty much the. What do you say?
I said true.
Oh, I
I
thought you
said
said. I thought you were. I thought you just went with like, yeah, there are. I thought that's what you said. I was like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess. I mean, as far as I know, there's really only the original, the comic book version. Then you have the Marvel Spider-Man version and the animated version, are really the only 3 that I know of.
Yeah, me too.
So, I mean, it would be. I mean, it's still fresh. You can do whatever you want.
Like I said, 9 years for a comic book character is nothing.
Yeah, exactly. You can do whatever you want with it. I thought they're doing something that's really good with Miles Morales, Spider-Man, the game. Obviously, I haven't played it yet. I really want
Right.
to play it soon. Like,
I
So do
want
I.
to.
I am gonna wait until I get it on PS5 so I can, enjoy it as much as possible.
I don't care. I just need to play it.
But I'm excited for it. I'm totally down. If you look, I'm not one of those guys that gets fucking bugged by like, oh, I'm a white guy, but I have to, I've got to play as this character, or I have to play as a female character. Nah. I don't
Literally
give
never
a
been a
shit.
bother
I've never
to
heard a
me,
black
ever.
person bitch about that.
No, yeah. Like, think about, yeah, exactly. Think about how black people feel when they have to constantly play as the stereotypical white dude in 90% of all the games they
Grand
have to
Theft Auto
play.
4, 5,
Everything,
Yeah.
yes. Like, I have never, ever once been like, ugh, I don't want to play this game because I'm not represented by the character I play as. But think about, that's because probably I've had so many experiences where 90% of the games I play are all white men as the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, as someone that, I mean, like, again.
Sorry, it was such a shock when Samus came out and it was a girl. Everyone was like,
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, yeah. I feel like that was controversial as hell back then because
Oh, it was.
because it was a female
People were
lead
pissed.
character.
And
yeah,
I
exactly.
remember being so excited when my favorite. We talked about
Yeah,
my favorite series.
expand on us, like because obviously we're all basically just generic white dudes. I mean, he looks like a white guy. He's not a white
He's
dude.
white
but,
passing.
basically. Please explain to us the significance of representation, Cheyenne, please.
Well, it's just like I played a game for years. Harvest Moon, still my favorite game. #1. Go back and listen to the top 10 if you want to
Do it.
expand on.
It's our best. It's our most downloaded episode also. So go for it.
But that game has been out for years, okay? And you could only play as a boy with brown hair, a white boy with brown hair, and you could only seduce girls in the town and marry them, and you know what I mean? Like, it was just kind of like, okay, well, this is the game. But when they came out with it was my Wonderful Life, they came out with 2 different versions of it. The first one that came out was the boy and the regular Harvest Moon thing, but then they released another version on the GameCube that was a girl, and it was fully, like, there was no choice. Just like in the past games, you had no choice but to be a boy farmer. And this one, you had no choice, but you were a girl farmer. And you could seduce the guys that were in town. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. Because finally, I could play a game that I, like, resonated with, you know, and it's being my favorite series. You know, I finally felt like a super deep connection to the character. Like, before it was like, okay, I mean, I guess I like her. She's pretty. I don't know. But man, when it was me being the girl and it was like, I don't know, it was just so cool. Like, that I was the farmer. I was taking care of my land. It was my farm and my animals. You know, it was just, I felt a deeper connection to the series after that. And then from then on, they had the choice whether or not you wanted to be a boy or a girl, which was really nice. So,
yeah. Go ahead, go Chris, go.
This isn't really quite the same as that, but I just want to give Capcom some props for Resident Evil franchise for being co-ed from like 1996. Yeah. It's pretty cool that you have like strong female lead characters in Resident Evil, and like they're not bound to the typical female
Leon.
tropes.
Claire's way better.
Yeah, Claire is way better than Leon by a lot.
But they can go through a zombie apocalypse and live and be badass.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
not only be badass, but like kill the ultimate villain. Like,
yes,
be the hero.
And they're girls, they're women. Like, how cool is that?
And they don't need help. Like, they actually do
Nope.
not actually get any help.
No more damsels in distress, although that's not a bad thing if you like that too. But it's just super cool to have badass women in video games that you can really look up to.
True.
I 100% agree. Like, I mean, again, like, obviously I don't ever have to worry about not being, what the fuck is with my mic is now super quiet for like no reason.
Yeah, it got so quiet.
I don't know why. It literally fluctuates throughout the entire podcast and it's super fucking annoying. So anyone listening to any of the past podcasts or this one, sorry if literally my volume goes up and down out of nowhere for no reason. I really try to make sure that it doesn't do that. But I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, anyway. So as someone that has never had to worry about being represented in video games or movies, I honestly at this point in my life, like I never really thought about it even as a kid or as a teenager or anything. Like I played Tomb Raider and I played GTA San Andreas, you know, with CJ and stuff like that. I never once was like, you know what would make this better if I was playing as a white guy.
Same. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never had that experience ever.
like now, while I know again that's because I've never felt like I needed to be represented. That's probably where that comes from. Is never feeling.
Oh, we've lost your audio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so now I'm fucking muted. This is annoying me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna turn the gain up from my mic. So I'll probably be crazy
Oh my
loud
God.
now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry. Again, this mic it's whatever. I think it's the AI that I have that goes into noise canceling. So as I talk more and more and more and more and more in the mic, it like mutes and makes it quieter so that it mutes everything else in the background more. So I think that's what it is. But yeah, anyway, so like I now like I honestly enjoy being able to play other characters, like playing as Miles Morales, who is, a mixed Latino and African American kid in New York, and I enjoy playing like being Claire in Resident Evil or whatever, like, because to me I don't need to be represented by the character I'm playing. Because I always see the character as I'm playing as I'm living their story, not my story.
Yeah.
Exactly.
True.
I'm able to, me specifically, I can, differentiate between it needing to be about me and my story. Those are different games. So like, when I'll use Geralt as an example. People, when I used to work at GameStop or whatever, that said they didn't like The Witcher 3 or whatever because you were forced to play as Geralt. You couldn't customize your character like you can in Skyrim and shit like that. And I'm like, well, it's because of the story they're trying to tell. Like it just this is an example of a white man, but anyway, it could be any character for me.
Yeah.
But like it's about that character. The story is not about your story. The story is about that character. That's why you don't read a book wanting to hear a story about yourself. You read a book,
Right.
or you watch a TV show because you want to see the story that's presented. Now, I can understand people wanting to play games because that's the closest you can ever get at the moment to living another person, like another life.
Right.
I can go, Chris, go.
This is off topic a little bit, but it's kind of like why they'll never show Master Chief's face. Like it doesn't matter. It's
Just
irrelevant.
literally
Thank you.
just thinking about that about 5 minutes ago.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't matter. You don't need to see his face because then you'll know he's a white dude with brown hair and blue eyes or
Or
whatever.
he could be a black guy.
He
with
could
fucking-
be, exactly.
Who gives a shit?
He could be
He's
a woman
massive.
with a really deep voice and a voice changer in his helmet.
It's
You
not.
don't know.
Yeah. It's not part of his story.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
not
Because it's
pertinent
not
to
about
his
him.
story.
Yes, he doesn't matter in the story. What he does matters,
Yep.
Right.
not him. Which again is a thing that I like. I like ambiguous characters because that allows you to put yourself on that
Right.
person.
Now I have to say I totally agree with you. Even though I have the experience with Harvest Moon, but that kind of game wants to put you in the story.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
But I totally suspend
okay.
my disbelief. I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
With games like The Witcher 3 and Spider-Man, I've never once thought, man, I really wish Spider-Man was a girl. Like
yeah,
that's
because
never.
that'd be a different game. That'd be a different.
It would be
character.
yeah, exactly. It'd be a different exactly. But I love
Spider-Gwen.
playing Marvel Spider-Man. Yeah,
Please,
Spider-Gwen.
Yes, please. Make
do
Gwen
it.
a thing. Make Gwen a thing,
Do
dude.
it. Yes, do it.
That would be awesome.
But
Yep.
that's what I mean. I totally agree with you, Matt, when you're saying like you can suspend your disbelief and you go into that character, whatever that character is.
Yeah, like I don't need to live a billion other different versions of my own life in
Right.
games. Like some people like to do that. I'm not here trying to shit on people that do that, where they make themselves in every game. I make myself
You said doo-doo.
first. Yeah, in almost every RPG, I probably make quote unquote myself first, almost every time, or I used to for a long time. But now it's more fun for me to play games with other characters in them so that I can gain that perspective from some people, or whatever. But if I do want to say, if you're that type of person that won't play a game simply because the character doesn't look like you, if you're a white dude and you do that, seriously, like, come on. That's really stupid and a
There are
terrible
many
reason.
other things you
You're
need to
put
worry
off
about.
it.
Yeah.
If
Like,
you're put off it because you're not represented, you aren't represented in that thing, you're not giving it a chance. Like any good character, you can extrapolate things from them that you will find relatable to yourself. Like
And
certain
you can
values,
learn things
certain
from
things.
them.
yes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They can teach you something. You can
And-
learn something.
Also, if you're someone that is like that, specifically if you're a white dude or a white lady or something like that, and you're just like, well, that's a black guy, I don't want to play as him because that doesn't represent me, or I don't feel any connection to that character. Think about how every other ethnic person thinks when they have to play as a white dude in 90% of their games that they have to play. That's what they have to live every day. So
I've never heard one person
just
that-
fucking play Spider-Man Miles Morales, you racist bitch. Nah, I'm not saying you're a racist, but anyway,
Totally
just fucking play
different.
it.
Totally different subject, but my favorite person to play in Left 4 Dead 2 is Coach. So
Fucking Coach is
He's got
awesome.
hilarious dialogue.
Yes.
I know he's the best. So yeah, I'll play a big black dude any day in a game.
But speaking of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, let's talk about one last Spider-Man topic, I guess, or subject. Marvel Spider-Man, the game that just came out 2 years ago. And how honestly amazing it was. I do want to say, and I'll give credit again where credit is due, the combat system totally copied
about to say
the
it.
Arkham
my God.
Batman games. 100% copied them.
It really did,
Shut up,
Cheyenne. You
Cheyenne,
cannot
you know it
ignore
did.
that.
Even the sneaking and like the assassinating people, not literally assassinating them, but like, stealth knocking them out and shit. It's all taken from Batman Arkham. They did a very good job perfecting it for Spider-Man, but the gameplay was not groundbreaking and revolutionary like some people will lead you to believe. That's all
No.
I'm
Well,
saying.
was Batman web slinging across New York?
No, you know what? You're right. You got me.
No, he was only using his grappling hook to get across Gotham.
Yeah, and flying. Can Spider-Man fly? Hell no, he can't.
No, but he could swing.
Tom Holland one can. He can glide.
Shut up.
Got you there.
No, the Insomniac Spider-Man game was perfect. It was just
It was beautiful.
there was nothing wrong with it. Like
I guess
Peter's face.
I beat it in like 3 days, and that's because I had work. I would have probably beat it in a day and a half if I didn't have to work.
It was very good.
I actually beat this one.
Woo!
Damn, that's a testament to it.
There you go, Chris. Get on it, boy.
If I
Okay.
can beat it, that means it's really good.
If Cheyenne can beat it, you can beat it. Anyone listening, you can beat it.
That's true. That's very true.
The one
I
thing I
said
do
that.
have to say about it though is, it really feels like you're swinging through New York.
Yes, it does. I couldn't put it down because of that. I just loved.
Yep.
You can fast travel, but why would you?
Why would you do that? If you fast travel in that game, uninstall it right now. If you've ever fast traveled in
What are
that,
you
in
talking
that game,
to us?
uninstall
sit
it
with us.
and sell it. Never play it again.
Are you allowed to do it once just to
No.
see what it looks like?
Nope.
No.
I'm pretty sure you're forced to once.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least once you're forced to.
But
So
it's
you know,
gross.
But if you do it
and
recreationally,
I do not recommend
it's
0 out
wrong.
of 10. Do not recommend fast traveling ever.
I've seen some gameplay. You do get like some funny cutscenes where you're like standing on the subway in your Spider-Man suit.
and people are looking at you like,
Yeah, people looking at you and you're just sitting there texting.
Yep.
It's funny. It is funny. Like they did a good job with that. But if you regularly fast travel,
Uninstall.
don't ever
it.
speak to me.
Aw.
Don't sit with us. You can't talk to us.
Yeah, you can't sit at our table.
You can talk to me if you fast travel.
Yeah, because Chris is worse than even that. He hasn't even played the game.
Get
It's
out.
true.
I don't want to go too deep into spoiling it since Chris hasn't played it. Because there is
Yeah, we won't. We
there are
won't.
some pretty good
the story.
There are some pretty good. The story is great.
So good.
Story is great.
Yep.
You guys are
The
honestly
side missions are really good too.
Yep. It's also a very easy platinum. That was the first game I think I ever platinumed. Yeah, it was that game, then Bloodborne, and then Ghost of Tsushima. Which also I need to get my PlayStation 4 back so I can play the co-op. What? No. Who do I have to play co-op with? So never mind.
What?
Ghost of
Ghost of
Tsushima.
Tsushima co-op came out yesterday on the 16th, and everybody's like super rock hard about it. It's very good.
That game intrigues me. I kind of want to try it.
Me too.
Why are you shaking your head, Cheyenne? Come on.
Because it's like Dark Souls and
No, it is
Bloodborne.
not. No, it isn't. It has
just-
Dark Souls-like combat, but just because something has Dark Souls-like quote-unquote combat doesn't make it hard. Like,
It looks hard.
Zelda Breath of the Wild has the exact same combat as Dark Souls.
It does.
Literally the same kind of combat. And so does
Really?
Star Wars Fallen Order.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to play Fallen Order yet. I'll play that on the
Has
10th
the-
when EA Play comes out.
She's counting down the days.
I'm ready to play.
After
I
buying
bought
it on
I have
sale
in
and
my
then
hand.
returning it, spending as much
I
money on
did.
gas, taking
When
it
does
back.
that? When does it get released? When the Xbox Series X comes out?
Yeah, on the November
Yep.
10th.
November 10th.
Because
I'm
I'd
like,
already downloaded the app, but it says join it, and I'm like, what?
You guys are like,
What do you
Yeah,
mean join
it gives-
"Ooh,"
it
like
gives
waiting
you an
for
error
fucking EA Play. Fuck
right
you,
now,
EA.
I'm like, I want to play Star Wars Fallen Order so
I want to play
bad.
Squadron so bad.
It's
Me
good.
too.
They're
So
both good.
fucking bad.
Ooh, I
love
can
it.
play Squadron right now.
Shut up.
Oh shit.
How did you just had that sitting there
From
Just
last
because
time,
you mentioned it.
from last time, from like 3 weeks ago?
I've just been sitting here.
I love it. That's
Oh
awesome.
my god. All right. Well, I think we've gone on about how good Spider-Man is and how bad some Spider-Man is long enough. So if you guys don't have anything more to say about it, I think it's time. I think it's time to bring back our favorite segment.
Hold on, stand by.
Okay.
You asked us a question at the beginning of the segment.
Oh, you're right. What was
Ooh.
that question?
Why does Spider-Man work in every visual media?
Yes. Why does he work in every media he's ever appeared in? Why does he work?
Because he's relatable.
Yep.
Oh, you took it from Jake. You took it from him.
Sorry,
You took
Jake.
it from
That's
him.
what we all had to say.
Yep.
And-
And it must be
Family.
universally true.
Specifically made him a teenager, gave him real life problems,
Yep.
and
He
made
wrote
him.
the greatest superhero character of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stan Lee specifically made him to be
He's
relatable.
not a billionaire philanthropist.
Playboy genius philanthropist.
Yeah. Playboy genius philanthropist. He's not a god from Asgard. He's not a
Should-
He's a
failed
kid that got bit by a bug.
exactly. He's not
Bug.
a high tier physicist gamma radiation scientist. He's a kid who can't when you open his refrigerator, there's some eggs and a bottle of milk, and that's it. Because he's a teen.
Oh shit! I don't have milk. I guess I can't relate.
We're not a teen either.
It's because he's relatable. That's
Yeah. I had no.
If you
I had
separate
no like
the
quote unquote
spider
right
from the
answer in
man.
my head. It's spider hyphen then man. Come
yep.
on.
The
Yeah.
hyphen is what makes all the difference.
Yeah.
You don't see bat hyphen man.
Exactly.
You don't see a
It's
hyphen
because
anywhere.
Spider-Man. It's because Peter Parker knows real grammar.
I should have just called him bat guy or spider guy.
Bat guy.
Spider guy.
Spider guy.
Aqua
Aaron
dude.
guy.
Aqua
Spider
dude.
pig. Spider.
Aqua male.
Aqua male.
Aquamale. I like that.
Spider male.
No, Aquamale. Stick with that one. That was good.
All right. So yeah, does anybody else have anything?
Yeah,
Because yeah,
comic
I mean-
hombre.
Also, I'm glad you remembered that I asked that question because I actually
Yeah.
didn't write it down. That was something I thought about while I was reading that
Because-
spiel earlier. So
I remembered it because I've watched videos where they're saying, "Oh, we're gonna ask a question to the group afterwards," and then they forget, and I'm like, "Well, what the fuck was the answer?"
yeah, damn it, Jake, you ruined it. That was supposed to be a teaser for next time.
I'm
Thank
glad
you.
I wrote
No,
it
it's okay.
down. Because I
I was
wrote
like,
it
"What the
down
fuck's the
again.
answer?"
Yeah, I didn't have an answer. I wanted you guys to come up with an answer, but that answer that we came up with immediately is good enough for me.
Yeah.
Cool. So what were you saying just a minute ago about our favorite segment?
Yeah, our favorite segment's coming back. I don't. Do you guys have any guesses as to what our favorite segment is?
I have a feeling.
Chris
Might
has a
know.
feeling.
I got a feeling.
Yeah, I didn't communicate with Chris at
I
all.
figured.
So this is
This is gonna be Cheyenne. We're gonna sit back and we're gonna relax. We're gonna let the professionals go at it here. So
I'm drunk right now.
you're drunk now? Good, it'll help you. So if for anyone that hasn't seen episode 2, we debuted this segment in episode 2 of our top 10 games list.
And I have a very important disclaimer in that, so please go watch that before this.
You might as well say it again because they won't.
Yeah.
But
I-
yeah. So hold on.
Hail.
I haven't Come on, we got to segue into it. Specifically, segue into this segment. This is the return of, Chris. What is it? What is it?
I got to explain it to Grandma.
Gotta explain it to
Nana.
Grandma. But
Jake.
with Jake wanted to be called Nana, so it is the return and the newly named version of Explain It to Nana. Go for it.
So this is my disclaimer.
Mhm.
I am Hispanic. This was my life. It still is my life. I am pulling from personal experiences. I in no way, shape, or form intend to come off as racist or culturally biased. This is my family
And your culture.
and my culture.
It's just a funny voice you do well.
It's a funny voice.
That's
exactly.
really all it boils down to. It's just a
I'm not
funny
going to be
voice.
racist.
It's
I'm
just
gonna
a
make
funny
funny
voice that he does well.
That's what it is.
All right, let's explain it. I have no idea what Jake's gonna whip out here. So
Me neither.
Well, I had this topic and I kept it in mind because like, oh, it's perfect for the show. Like explain X to me. I just feel like it's pandering now because we talk so much about it. I was going to say explain Spider-Man to me, but so I might have to make an audible here.
I
mean, you can make it whatever you want.
it's unrelated if you want.
Oh God.
I have maybe one that might help you. I was asking my coworkers who don't play video games if they had any questions that they were afraid to ask, and they were wondering why the on the different consoles the buttons were in different like places. So like, why is there an X, here, but then on the PlayStation?
Go
the
for
X
it.
is...
Jake's got this. Go for it,
No,
Jake.
I'm going to pocket that one. I want to think about
Okay,
that one.
pocket
I like
that one.
that. That's a really good one, Cheyenne.
I'm making an audible. Okay.
Chris, sí, Christopher,
Yes.
mira aquí, tengo una pregunta, I have a question for you.
Okay. What do you have, Nana?
I see this commercial on TV. It's for Mandalorian. ¿Qué es eso? Why is Yoda un baby?
Okay.
No entiendo.
That might not necessarily be Yoda. It's just
Pero he looks just like Yoda. Why
It
is
does.
Yoda un baby?
it does, but we don't know that. I don't know for sure that is Yoda.
y Boba
It's
Fett.
Yoda.
Boba Fett,
It's not
he's there
Boba.
too.
That's
But
not Boba.
But he looked the same.
It does. It's because that is their armor, typical of their creed. That's what they look like. If you're a Mandalorian, you could be
Creed, like man from The Office. Yes.
Yes, exactly. Jesus Christ.
Hey, I see the baby Yoda. He eat the soup. He eat the soup in his hand. He a little cup. He's very cute.
Very cute, yes. I would say The Mandalorian is a story about,
Oh, Mandalorian. No, it's Mandalorian.
yes. Think of, a DeLorean car from the 80s when you were,
I see from Back to the
Yeah,
Future.
yes, exactly. Think
Yeah.
man, DeLorean together.
Hombre DeLorean.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I get it. Pero I still no entiendo por qué Yoda es un baby.
All right. So, are you familiar with the actor Pedro Pascal?
See, it's my cousin.
Okay. Well, he is playing the Mandalorian, but you don't find that out for a long time because you don't see his face.
He was in Game of Thrones too. See,
I don't know. Maybe. I think you're right.
he get his eyes squished in
Sounds unpleasant.
by El Mountain.
But oh yeah, actually I do remember that. That's true.
Is this Nana informs Chris? Is that what this is?
I guess it is. All right. Well, he
I know a few things.
is hired by the Empire to assassinate that little baby Yoda.
But it's a baby. He can do nothing.
It can do more than nothing. As if you watch Nana, you'll see it can do more than nothing.
I know their new season coming
Which we should watch. I look forward to it.
in 11 days.
You
Yes.
better hurry up and watch the first season so you're caught up when it airs.
Okay.
But
Pero it's on Star Wars. See?
yes, it is, but it's not as bad as the last movie because
Hey, hold on. I like the last movie.
okay, well you're entitled to your opinion and I respect that.
Thank you, hijo.
But I'll say it is unclear, at least to me. Our fans could tell us and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's a prequel. Or actually, I don't know. I really can't tell if it's a prequel or not. So
I don't think it's prequel.
we're calling it Baby Yoda for lack of a better word, but we don't know that is Baby Yoda. It's never been said that is Yoda.
It's not.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's the child.
It takes
El Niño.
it takes place after episode 6.
Okay, thank God. Because that's what I thought initially.
Maybe we should ask one more other question that Chris can answer quickly.
Yeah. You got something else, Nana? Another question that's about things that are confusing you?
What? ¿Qué es sus?
Sus. Oh, okay. You know, Among Us. Nana,
Sus like sus hijos? Sus niños? ¿Qué es sus?
Sus is the first 3 letters of the word suspicious. In English. ¿Cómo se dice eso en español? Suspicious.
Es una pregunta muy difícil por mí.
Really?
Yo no sé.
Really, Nana?
Yes.
You've been in America a long time.
Yes, I forgot.
Well, on your cell phone, that game that I downloaded for you that you never play, Among Us, where you're the little A-looking men with no arms that walk around in spacesuits.
Yes.
Okay. In that game, one of the people among you is not a spaceman. It's actually a murderous alien thing.
Oh,
And when they are
well, what is sus?
suspicious is when you implicate somebody else or you accuse them of being sus.
Oh, I think I understand
I
that.
can't. Oh my god, I don't want to lose it for another 10 minutes. Holy shit, that was funny.
I had to mute myself the whole time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot to mute myself. Sorry if that was unbearable to listen to, but that was something.
I don't even know. I don't
Shit,
even.
my throat hurts.
My cheeks hurt.
Yeah, that was funny. All right, well, I think that is pretty much going to do it for us tonight. I got a couple things I do want to mention real quick. In about 15 or 20 minutes, Chris and I are going to stream some Phasmophobia. So if you're watching, even though I know you're not, because we only have 2 people watching, go ahead and head over to the stream in about 10 or 15 minutes. And
I can't wait to join you when my laptop comes in.
oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that either. That'll be fun.
That's going to be
Is it
awesome.
3
I think it's 4 players.
Oh
Yeah, it is 4
yeah.
players. And I want to stay in the van, please.
Okay, well, I haven't seen a single second of the game. I don't think Chris
I don't know
has either.
anything about the game either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're gonna go in
Okay, well,
completely
we're gonna learn
blind.
it.
So
Oh, you're going in blind?
Blind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good luck, because you're going to die.
yeah, and
well.
then one more thing though, real quick. I am going to go ahead and announce on the stream. So from November 2nd until November 9th, I'm gonna be doing an Extra Life week. So Extra Life is an organization that collects money. They raise money for to put towards like childhood cancers and other childhood illnesses and stuff like that through video games. And I'll be having an Extra Life campaign from November 2nd through the 9th. So I will do my very best to stream every single one of those nights except for the 5th. The 5th, I don't think I'll be streaming. That is my wife and I's anniversary. So I might not stream that day. But the reason why I want to do it that week is because we're going to end with the podcast on that Monday with our Assassin's Creed retrospective, or what happened to Assassin's Creed podcast. I haven't exactly nailed down exactly what we're going to call that one. But I am currently playing through as many of them as possible. Cheyenne's playing through the first game.
I'm playing through Odyssey.
Oh,
I'm skipping the first one. I'm hopping
Odyssey.
into 2.
Okay, yeah. So we'll play through some of the older ones that are not as fresh. So we're gonna go pretty much deep dive through pretty much all of them to get ready for Valhalla, which a couple of us are excited
What
for.
about the movies? Is that
We
something
can
should
talk about the movie too. We can talk about the movie.
Okay.
I have the movie, but I've never watched it.
You
The animated movie
shouldn't watch it.
or the live action movie?
I meant the live action.
The
We can talk
live
about
ac-
we can talk about the animated ones with Ezio or whatever, but
The live action one.
yeah.
I like the live
Well,
action.
Michael
It's pretty good.
Fassbender.
Stop. We'll stop right here.
But yeah, so so make sure join us for that. The live stream will be that night, and whatever punishments we have reached based on the amount of money we've raised, we will be performing during the live stream recording of the podcast.
The one I'm the most excited for. Let's tell them, Matt.
Okay,
Tell 'em.
so I don't know exactly how much money I'm gonna put as each goal. I really, really don't want to do it, but given my really bad excessive reflux.
Okay,
But anyway,
I looked up people's reactions today from that, and people
Are
throw
you scared?
up.
Yeah.
Yes, they
So
throw up. They can't speak.
We are contemplating still. I asked my doctor and made sure that I wouldn't die, or it wouldn't really mess me up. But we are contemplating doing a one-chip challenge if we reach a certain dollar amount. For
I really want to do this, guys. So please.
So yeah, I also did some research about it. It doesn't sound fun at all. I'm not excited about it, and I really
All I know is
hope-
watching Shaq eat it.
Yeah.
I know that the LA Beast freaked out about it, so that has me a little scared. But
Yeah. Apparently you feel it all the way through your body, so
you get at minute 5, you're almost hallucinating and euphoric. So that's fun to look forward to.
great.
From
Can't
the
wait, yeah.
endorphins.
So yeah, we'll see what dollar amount I put that on, because I
might
really,
have to call
really
out the
don't,
next day.
really,
Like
really don't want to do
800 or
it.
something, so that it's achievable. Because I really want to
Yeah.
eat.
Well, what's most important is the money we raise, obviously.
I might eat it anyway.
But I will also, Chris might eat it anyway. There's a couple other things for some of the lower ones. I plan on doing some random shit. One of them being, I will be doing Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Sweet.
So I've been waiting on that because I realized and remembered I could play it in VR. And I also am going to do a YouTube video where doing like a cooking with Matt YouTube video, almost like a parody of other like cooking YouTube channels. What was that, Jake? Go for it.
I'm sorry. I have to go.
All right,
So,
that's fine. Peace
thank you for
out.
listening,
Yeah,
everybody.
we're all about to be,
love you,
we're
Jake.
all about to be out anyway.
Bye bye.
But yeah, so yep, November 2nd through the 9th. Extra Life charity. It'll be every night that week except for the 5th. I still might stream that night because it is a weeknight, so Sarah will probably go to bed earlier. So I'll be on late at least.
I'll be on late too.
I'm trying to organize an iRacing hosted race with some bigger Twitch streamers than I to either kick it off or do during that week to see how much money we could raise. So I don't know if that will happen, but I will do Resident Evil 7 in VR, and I will do the cooking with Matt thing. I'll do some other shit in there in between. But I will by that. I don't know if we'll commit to doing the one chip challenge, but because I'm very scared about that. I'm really worried about my chest hurting. But anyway,
If you raise $200, you should shave your face.
no, damn it, no, I don't want to do that. I spent so long growing this. But anyway, yeah. So that's gonna be it for tonight. If you guys enjoyed make sure to please rate and subscribe to us on whatever podcast platform you're listening on. And go follow us on Twitter at Nerdy as Hell Pod. And remember, please, to tell at least one friend every week that likes nerdy stuff. Please, that's how we'll grow. We just surpassed, I think, 135 total downloads, which is crazy. So that's really awesome. But yeah, please do that. You guys are doing a good job. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. But in the meantime, stay unapologetically nerdy.
Yes.
Bye, everybody. Oh, okay. Chris has one more thing.
Yes, one PS thing. Please leave us suggestions because, we really want to hear from what you guys want to hear too. Because we're over here just kind of shooting at the hip in the dark, trying to guess what you want to hear.
Yeah,
that's
true.
You can tell us things that you think would be interesting, and we would more than be willing to listen.
Tweet them at it. Tweet them at Dirty SL Pod. Drop the comments on the YouTube video.
Anywhere you can comment.
Yeah.
Anywhere you can get to us, do it. We encourage it. Please, please, please do it.
We have an email too, don't we?
Yes, I do have an email. It's actually on the podcast email. I mean, not the podcast. It's on the podcast Twitter, I believe. So you can email us also.
Mm-hmm.
Please do it.
But yep. So appreciate it, everybody. Everybody have a good night, and we'll
night.
see you guys next week.
Stay nerdy, motherfuckers.